This is Union and their head coach, Kirk Feathers.
They are 2-1 in district and 4-2 overall. I am Rick Corey, joined by Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, and on the field, Doc Blevins tonight. The teams are already on the field. Union won the toss, and they have deferred. They will be kicking from left to right. Union in their their silver pants, white jerseys with the black numbers and silver helmets. Moore in their white pants, blue jerseys, white numbers, and the blue helmet with lions on the side. They'll be returning from west to east. Back deep for Moore, James Bukes, and Jaden West. Approaching, as always, is Noah Rauschenberg, and this ball will go into the end zone, as it always does, and the Lions will take over at their own 20-yard line. They'll be led out by Daniel Highshaw. Daniel Highshaw is a really fascinating prospect. At 6 foot, 200 pounds, he's only a junior. He's thrown for 103 yards, rushed for 504. He has 19 total touchdowns on the year, and he is, Jeff, what makes their offense go.
Absolutely, and just like you said, it on the ground or in the air, the entire offense moves through him, and for Moore, it's pretty simple. They have to establish that run game. They have to establish the line of scrimmage, see if they can control it, get a good push, and get the ball out of the hands of the quarterback on the outside of the field to spread the ball out so that he can run it.
1st and 10 for Moore and Highshaw. He'll come out with 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. James Gardner will be the single setback. Straight back is Highshaw. Here comes the pressure, and he fires it deep down the middle of the field, and that ball is incomplete, but just off the hands of Jace Gardner, or actually, no, I'm sorry, that was Dylan Buckheight who was running that deep route. Good coverage in there by JoJo Nichols. It'll be 2nd and 10, but that was a good deep ball.
That was a perfect throw. I mean, he threw it right where he needed to. JoJo just got elevated, he got right up, and he high-pointed the ball. He waited till the perfect height, jumped up, and swatted it away.
JoJo really has been. He's got 2 interceptions the last 2 or 3 weeks, maybe as good a defender as they've had the last 2 or 3 weeks. 2nd and 10 for Moore, again at their own 20-yard line, moving right to left, just underway here in this first period. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. For Moore in the backfield by himself is Highshaw. And remember, he can run it at 504 yards. He's their leading rusher. And here he goes off the right side. Then pulls up and throws to Buckheight. Makes the catch at the 30, across the 34 to the 35-yard line. JoJo Nichols makes the tackle there. That's a gain of 15 and a first down. And that's very reminiscent of what Texas did to Oklahoma last week and what Tim Tebow used to do. Run forward, jump up, and throw the football.
I was just about to say, that looks like the old Tebow jump up above the line of scrimmage and throw it.
We called it a pop pass in our day, back when your dad and I played. Not well, but played. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Moore, just underway here in this first period at Moore School Stadium. Going from right to left, Moore now at their own 35-yard line. Once again, 5 wide for Highshaw. He's standing at the 28-yard line. He's going to run to his left, and now he's going to look to throw, and he'll toss it out. Buckheight catches it across the 40, 45, breaks free, 50, 45, 40. Buckheight at the 30, and he's pushed out of bounds there. But Cameron Watts made the saving play to push him out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 27-yard line. So once again, You look at Highshaw, who's a run threat. That's what really made and keyed that play. That's 33 yards and another first down for the Lions.
And that's what he does so well. You hear about the RPO so often right now in the NFL and the NCAA, but this is a different variation of it where they put 5 receivers out wide, and Highshaw has the option to run it up. He looks for a lane, and if he can't find it, he pops back and throws it.
So they'll come back out now, 1st and 10 at the Union 27-yard line. Highshaw this time will have a single setback. Gardner to his right, otherwise they'll be 3 wide. Now Gardner goes in motion. He'll raise and throw to him quickly. That ball's behind Gardner. It's on the ground. That's a lateral. Union has picked the ball up at the 45, now up to the 50-yard line. That will be Union's football. That will be Union's ball, and the guy who picked it up out there, I believe, was Jaquan Sanders, as that ball was thrown backwards by Highshaw, and then a little lazy for Gardner, who just let it bounce. It'll be Union's ball exactly at the 50-yard line, and considering what was happening defensively, that's a big break.
And you saw Gardner just stand out there, look at it. He pointed back to it like, wow, that's not my ball. I'm going to let that one go, and that might have been a big mistake.
A huge mistake. So the Redskins will take over 1st and 10 now right at midfield, moving from left to right. No score with 11 minutes to go here in this first period. Bringing him out, of course, as always, is Peyton Thompson. To his right, who else? It's going to be Mr. Boone. Throwing to the right side is Thompson. That ball is complete to McLeod, and he's across the 35 down to the 30-yard line, but there's a flag back at the 48, and that's going to be a hold or a block in the back against Union. You can guarantee it. That would have been good for some 22 yards, but this will probably go against the Redskins.
We've been seeing JT get in on a little more of those offensive sets the last 2 weeks, and he does a great job. They bring the defense in and lure him in and throw that little screen ball to him.
Turned out to be illegal man downfield right there, and that sometimes is going to happen when you roll a quarterback. That's what I was going to say about what Moore was doing. It's very impressive, as much as Highshaw likes to run it close to the line of scrimmage, that they don't get blockers downfield. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll move it back to the 45 of Union. When we play first down, it'll be 1st and 15. The referee making that call was John Riva. Thompson once again in the shotgun. He'll have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He has 2 backs in the backfield now. One of those, I believe, is Elijah Tomlin. He's going to hand off inside, and that ball goes to Darius Boone. He cracks across the 45 to the 50, and Tomlin was in there as a lead blocker. So that'll be a gain of 5. They'll get that back, the penalty at least, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
And he had a great blocking lane. You said Elijah Tomlin led him, and the right side of that offensive line just got a good push. And that's what Union does really well. They run the ball.
And that's exactly what Kirk Frederick told Doc Blevins last night when he did our pregame interview that he wanted to do tonight. He has a different focus for every game, and tonight it was be physical in the run game. Well, it looks like there was another flag that we didn't see. There's a flag laying all the way over at the 45-yard line, and the officials have picked up the ball and moved it back to the 40. So Union must have had a procedure penalty that we didn't see. John Reaver, the referee, making that call now. Todd Blish is the umpire, the head linesman John Nelson, the line judge Lee Pearson, and the back judge Kerry Massey. I didn't see that flag. It was laying all the way over at Kirk Frederick's feet. So it's 1st and 20 now for the Redskins at their own 40. Once again, Thompson in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Darius Boone on the left side, and Darius will mudge forward to around the 43-yard line. Not a lot there. So he'll get about 3 before he's brought down. Up the bottom of that pile right there was one of the leading tacklers is Rocco Mays. He's got 17 stops on the year, but that big 6-foot, 285-pounder is only a sophomore. He'll be 2nd down and 17.
And you see a lot of that on their defensive side. They have a lot of youth that are performing very well in the last few games.
4 receivers for Peyton Thompson, 2 to either side. Now motion quickly by Boone. Quick throw out to Boone to the left side. He's got the ball at the 40, gets 1 block, but he can't get past the 49-yard line. Pearson out there trying to knock down the other defensive back, and he could not quite get him down. The guy making that tackle was Kerryon Walker, and it'll be 3rd down and just over 10 for Union at their 49-yard line. They need the 40 of Moore. No score just underway, 9 minutes to go here in this first period. Thompson in the shotgun quickly, has the ball, and he pulls Moore off sides with the hard count, but the official says they didn't get the neutral zone, so we'll continue to play. Clock running down at 12. Thompson set. Here's the snap. He has it, has plenty of time. He's going to fire this thing deep. He's got Shadle out there. Makes the catch at the 10, the 5, touchdown! 51 yards, and who makes the catch? The same guy who had been such a star just a couple of weeks ago. It is Spencer Shadle, his 2nd score. He had the big score against Mustang at this side of the state, and that is going to make 6 for the Redskins.
Spencer Shadle just made a good run. I mean, it's just my guy's faster than your guy, but he wasn't the only guy alone. Jaquay Shavers on the other side of the field was also wide open. so they may have a little advantage on deep ball.
And the guy they outran was, again, Kerryon Walker, the 6', 141-pound corner. On that, the extra point, once again, it's Noah Rauschenberg. Snaps a little high, but it's down. Rauschenberg's kick is up, and it is clearly good. So with 9:34 to go in this first period, Union gets off the field defensively on a turnover and makes that 7. Redskins 7, Moore nothing. This is Union football on KRMG.
Union 7, Moore 2.
Now, if you're ever higher than that with scoreboard, just run it down. If you're below it, just pick up, don't run it so slow. So that one catches up.
Protecting our community is everyone's responsibility. Crime Stoppers is here for all of us. You can safely and anonymously
far side number 23, Dane West, near side.
793-51.
Number 18, James J.R. Luke. Keeping off for Ball goes into the end zone. The first and 10 for the Lions. Ball at the 20-yard line.
Receivers, and then Highshaw alone, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Daniel Highshaw is going to run toward the line of scrimmage, and now he's going to go ahead and run it, and he's going to toss it forward at the last minute to the 25, across the 30. Highshaw was being approached by Nick Jones, and he tossed that thing out there to a really fascinating prospect. Alex Baxter, a 6'4", 225-pounder, made the catch for 12 yards. The tackle in there by Trey Thompson, but it's another first down for the Moore Lions.
And you're going to see a lot, just like we talked about a minute ago, you're going to see a lot of these juniors making big plays. And the Moore Lions are going to be really good next year. They're having a good season this year already, and we might say playoffs around Moore, and haven't said that for them in a while.
Well, as a matter of fact, Moore in their last 4 games have outscored their opponents 148-42. First and 10, Moore now at their own 32-yard line. They are dicing up the Union defense. Highshaw runs to his right. Now he fires it again, wide open across the middle. It's Height. He's caught to the 40, across the 50. He's down to the 40-yard line, inside that to the 38-yard line. Elijah Tomlin had to finally bring him down. No, pardon me, Trey Thompson. But that's 31 more yards, and the Moore Lions are dicing Union's defense. Redskins lead 7-0 with 9 minutes to play in the first period, but they may not keep that lead long.
And they're going to have to find a way to penetrate with just their front 3 men, because every time someone leaves their coverage to try to take on Highshaw when he starts to move, he just finds the guy that they were covering.
First and 10 for the Lions now at the Union 39-yard line. Once again, in the shotgun is Highshot. Now he's going to run again, throw again, and again to Buckheight. He's across the 30, now goes backwards to the 34, and he's tackled there. Jaquay Shavers takes him down back there. Wait, or was that Cameron Watts? No, it was Jaquay who took him back there. He had close to the first down and ran all the way back to the 34-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And we're seeing this every single play. He starts to approach the line. He finds a guy in the seam and makes a good ball. I mean, he's keeping his eyes downfield every down, and you're not going to see a route where a receiver's just blocking. Every receiver is finding a way to get to the ball. 2nd
and 5 for Moore, now trailing 7-0 with about 8 minutes to go here in this first period. Moore now at the 34-yard line of Union. There's the snap quickly. Well, Heide throws it out there, and it's caught once again to Buckheight. He makes the catch, though, just across the 30. As Highshaw that time threw it a little short, so it's going to be 3rd down and just over 1 yard to go for the Lions.
And you were talking to someone before the game who said All you have to do is get pressure on Highshaw. And that's what we saw there. Union put really good pressure on him. It was not a good ball. Highshaw just made Buckheit made an incredible catch there, diving down for it.
And Buckheit's already has 4 catches on the night and has been just terrific. Now only 19 on the play clock, and Moore's going to have to hurry a bit. Once again, they come to the line of scrimmage. Highshaw, again, the only single setback. He's in the shotgun, sitting around the 35-yard line. 3rd down and 1. Highshaw runs forward. Now he's going to run with it, and he's going to go down behind the line of scrimmage. Rogers took him down at the 34-yard line. That's a loss of 3, and that proves the point Jeff just brought up. You pressure this guy a little bit, and he'll lose his poise some. So it's going to be 4th down now and 3. They're going to mark it. Boy, that's a great mark. They spotted him back at the 32-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and 3 for Moore, with Union up 7-0 and 6:50 to go in this first period.
And that time, I think Highshaw just got the best of himself. He went a little bit too far into the line, trying to find a seam to run and trying to bait the defense into tackling him, and then he couldn't make a pass after that.
Big play, 4th and 3 for Moore. Back once again is Highshaw. Here comes pressure. Now he runs out of it. He's got the first down across the 25, 20, 15. Highshaw taken down by JoJo Nichols, but not till he got the 14-yard line. That's another big gain, 14 more yards for Moore, and they are now in the first down territory at around the 14. They can still get a first down inside the 5.
That was one of the most beautiful things I've seen their offensive line do so far. They pushed all of the defenders out to the outside, made a seam in the middle, and when it just seemed like he was going to get closed in on and get tackled, he finds a way to get through.
He's got a heck of a burst, does Daniel Highshaw. Their junior quarterback again came in with over 500 yards rushing. Moore trailing 7-0, but 1st and 10 now at the Union 14 with 6 minutes to go first period. Highshaw to his left. Now fires to the end zone. That ball is caught for a touchdown. Drew Johnston is the guy who makes that catch. Union had decent coverage over there, but just getting lost a little was JoJo Nichols and McLeod. And so that's going to make it 7-6 Union, and the Moore Lions came to play, my friends.
Yeah, JT McLeod was right up on him in press coverage, and he, the receiver got a slight push, but it wasn't much of one, and JT just didn't turn his head.
Carlos Soto will be on for the extra point. He has 15 of 19 on the year. He hits this one, and we are all tied at 7. There's the snap. It's low, but the ball's on the ground, and it's blocked. That extra point is blocked. It was once again McLeod who had that block. That's 3 blocks for him now of a kick of some kind in the last 3 weeks. 6 minutes to go, first period. We're going to have an exciting game here. Union 7, Moore 6. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
Hey, just 9.
Parents take great care of their children, even
Flag on the play. Goes out of bounds. In front of the ball is the 36-yard line.
And I'm sure that's the strategy for a lot of schools. If you're afraid of the return man, you can't get it into the end zone, so you might as well, I'll take it at the 35. It's better than a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 for the Redskins. They took the ball last time at the 50-yard line after the backwards pass was recovered. This time they'll start at their own 35. Actually, they're going to put a procedure penalty on the end of that, and they're going to mark the ball at the 41. They mark it where it went out at the 36, and they'll mark it to the 41, so the Redskins will start there. 1st and 10, Peyton Thompson with 3 receivers. Now he's going to send one man in motion. He's going to turn and hand off inside to Darius Boone. Got room across the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Darius pushed out of bounds finally, but not before Hayden Kemp got him down around. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line. So the Redskins on that one go some 23 yards and have a quick first down.
Impressive blocking by the Union offense like we always see. But more impressively to me was when he got into that more secondary, they made a really good open field tackle. They didn't let him get past.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Now at the 37-yard line of Moore. It's kind of a smallish defensive line at Moore, but 7 guys up front. We're going to hand off once again to the left side. And out getting to the left side again is Boone. He's across the 35 down to the 30-yard line. Boy, Darius Boone really doing a nice job of getting outside and really turning on the heat right there. Guy who made the tackle was Tony Fogel, and it's going to be a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
And just when I thought Darius Boone was going to get brought down in the backfield, Spencer Shadle comes out of nowhere and gets a crack block on that defender.
So this Moore defense, they look about as confused as the Union defense looked in that first couple of series for the Redskins. 5:23 to go, first period, 7-6 Union, but they continue to move. Now at the 28-yard line of Moore, 1st and 10. Thompson in the shotgun, Boone to his right. Thompson's going to fake the handoff and roll. He's going to fire it deep. Pearson wide open at the 5, and he drops the football. Oh, Kyler Pearson, the ball was a little high, but he had his hands on it, and he just could not hang on. And so there's Kyler's 1 for the night, and it'll be 2nd down and about, 3rd down and a little over 1.
Well, I'm glad we got it out of the way early. Now we can move on with the game, and Kyler can catch the rest of the balls. Usually the harder ones to get.
It's a weird thing. He's going to make one of those a game, and here we go. So 3rd down, a little over 1 for Union, big down for the Redskins. You're going to turn handoff right side to Boone. Darius bursts forward across the 25, continues pushing around the 20-yard line, and he carries people with him left and right. One of the guys in on the tackle was the same guy who made the touchdown. That's Buckheit, or pardon me, the guy who's been big on offense, Buckheit. But that's good for a 1st down, 1st and 10 Union, now at the 20-yard line. And
I challenge you, any of the past 4 years that Union has had running backs, try taking one of them down backwards. They all fall forward.
They do. 1st and 10 for the Redskins, up 7-6 now with 4:50 to go in this first period. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Quick snap to Pearson in the Wildcat, runs to his left at the 20. Kyler loose at the 15. There's a flag down, and he continues to run. They're going to say he went out of bounds at around the 16, but there is a flag down that likely will be holding or a clip against the Redskins.
Yeah, it looked like Ryan Rodriguez got a little bit of a hold as he was going around the outside.
So that is the signal, and that will be a point of foul penalty, so we'll see where they mark that from. They are standing about the 22, which is a yard behind the line of scrimmage. They're still deciding what to do. The umpire, Todd Blish, now marking it. He's going to take this ball back to around the 32-yard line. And the Redskins have already had a couple of big penalties in this game, leading 7-6 with 4:40 to go in the first period, but kind of despite themselves. It'll be now 1st down and about 22 yards to go for Union at the 32-yard line of Moore. Motion by McLeod. They're going to toss to McLeod on the right side. He cuts inside. Another flag is down. McLeod at the 35, 20, 25, 15, 10, 5 touchdown, but it won't count. JT McLeod made a guy miss and then exploded through a gap, but there's a flag far side over around the 30-yard line, and I promise you that's going to be against Union too.
And they threw it as soon as the ball was snapped, so I know that they're going to say a procedure, probably illegal shift, but JT, yeah, there you go, illegal shift, but JT's moving backwards. He doesn't have to be set if he's moving laterally. There was no one else in motion. I don't understand that one.
No, but there's only one guy moving, unless they are saying that either two guys were moving, but somebody else flinched, what I would think would be the only other thing they could call. So we're going to take it back to almost the 37-yard line, and it's going to be 1st down now and about 27 yards to go for Union. They need the 10-yard line of Moore for the 1st down. 4:26 to go, first period, 7-6 Redskins, and they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. 4 receivers come out either side, 2 to each side for Thompson. Snap to Thompson, throws quickly to the right side, and that ball goes to the 45, down to the 35, now breaking a tackle down to the 30-yard line. A.J. Green, who's done a really good job lately of kind of adding and maybe giving a little break in there to Darius Boone. So that'll get back around, we're going to call it 12 of that period. It's going to be 2nd down now and 15. They'll mark it around the 26-yard line.
It was a great job by A.J. making people miss, and Jake Henry got all the way to the outside, the big fella, making a couple good blocks.
4:17 to go now in the first period. Again, 4 receivers to either side. Thompson in the shotgun. Boone back in next to him now on the left side. Quick throw to the left side, and that's going to go out there to Shadle, and he's going to go forward across the 20, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, inside the 10, has the first down at the 8-yard line. Whoa, Spencer Shadle is showing a little bit of shakeout here. He was finally dragged down there by Jace Gardner, but that's good for 18 and a first down. Redskins first and goal at the 8.
Well, first of all, you got to kudos to Peyton Thompson. He's getting the ball out really, really quickly this game, giving receivers a lot of time to do what they do. But Spencer Shadle came to play.
Well, the last couple of weeks, he's been very, very good. First and goal now for the Redskins at the 8-yard line of Moore. Again, 4 receivers with Boone to the left. Straight back is Thompson, looking, firing to the corner of the end zone, wide open, caught, touchdown. That could not have been easier. Torrey Dillard was almost standing alone in the right corner of the end zone. The closest guy to him was Jameis Relaford, and he's walking back to the huddle as though, how did that guy get behind me? It's now 13-6, and the Moore Lions are as confused defensively as Union.
So they ran a short guy that pulled 2 defenders with him. One of them should have stayed back, but on the other side of the field, I think it was a little bit confusing to them because Spencer Shadle's jumping up and down saying, pass me the ball, and they come back to the other side.
Noah Rauschenberg on for the extra point. Pearson again will hold. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's going to go almost all the way over to Plaza Towers Elementary. So with 4 minutes to go here in this first period, the Redskins extend their lead, now 14-6 over Moore. But the dangerous Lions get it next. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
At Classic Chevrolet, we believe in keeping it simple when it comes to buying a car. Log on to ClassicChevrolet.net. Find the car you want.
They might block one of
Message
those
us.
deals.
Kicking off for Union number 99, Noah Rauschenberg. And deep for the Lions, number 23, James West. And number 18 is James Leon. Ball goes into the end zone. Be a touchback for the Lions. The ball at the 20-yard line.
All right, so that's the good news for us right there. So we'll see what's happening here now for the Moore Lions. Their first drive. Oh, that's Union's first, the penalties? Yeah, Union ended up with a 1st and 20 and a 1st and 27 on their first 2 possessions and still lead 14-6. 1st and 10 for the Moore Lions. Now Daniel Highshaw brings him back out, and he's got 2 short slots and a running back. Highshaw's going to hand off to the inside. And that ball's going to go to Jace Gardner, and he will pound forward to about the 21-yard line. There's a flag across the field at the 20, and they're not going to give him anything. A host of Union players in there on the tackle. A little bit of everybody got in there. McGuire was one of the guys there. J.T. McLeod was there. And there's a Union player down at the bottom of that pile. Oh, that's Trey Thompson, I think.
Yep.
Yep, it is Trey Thompson holding a left shoulder. And that will cause us to take a timeout. 3:52 to go first period, 14-6 Union. We've got a timeout with an injured player on the field. This is Union football on KRMG.
Kenley is chop block against the Lions. Spotted the ball at the 10-yard line. Injured player, number 21, Trey Thompson.
We're along with Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, and Doc Blevins. A Thursday night game. Of course, normally it's a fall break Thursday night. That will not be the case. The Redskins next week will be playing on a normal Friday night. That'll be in Norman. It's not far away, but tonight on a Thursday. First down, a little over 20 now for Moore after the penalty. Backus Highshaw throws the ball over the middle and is tipped and still almost caught. Oh, my. That ball was tipped. Dylan Buckheit still almost caught it. J.T. McLeod was there, and the crowd is upset and wants interference. But once the ball is tipped, there is no interference. You can do anything you want to a receiver once the ball's been touched at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second down, a little over 20 now for the Lions, trailing 14-6.
Saw another version of the RPO. Usually it's Highshaw running it himself or faking the run, and in this case, now they're almost running an old wishbone offense.
Well, they've got two short slots. It's like the old Rice wishbone, if you will, or the broken bone. Highshaw now once again back behind the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Highshaw looking. Here comes pressure. Nick Jones is after him. Highshaw throws, and that ball's nearly intercepted. Elijah Tomlin had it in his basket at about the 15-yard line. He was trying to go once again to Buckheit. Could not get it there, and it's going to be third down, a little over 20 now for Moore.
Boy, Nick Jones had him dead to rights. And Highshaw, just as he has all game long, somehow figured out how to get rid of the ball at the last moment. But that one almost went the other way.
That was self-preservation. He realized number 7 was about to send him backwards. So it'll be third down, a little over 24 more. The ball at their own 10-yard line. They need just past the 30. 3:41 to go first period. 14-6 Redskins. Daniel Highshaw has been a pain for the Redskins thus far. They'll come out with 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 including that big tight end, Alex Baxter. He's the inside man. 1 receiver to the left, single setback. Backus Highshaw. Now he's going to run forward. He's being chased. Nick Jones is going to knock him down around the 12-yard line. So he got maybe an extra yard, maybe 3. We'll give him the 13-yard line, and Moore, for the first time tonight, will have to punt it away. And their punter, Drew Johnston's not been bad. Kicked it 22 times for a 36-yard average, and he approaches now, but he'll be standing back near his goal line. Kyler Pearson standing inside the Union 50, or the Moore 50, at about the 45-yard line.
And one of the things that's impressive to me is Highshaw. You see a lot of these guys that like to throw it at the last minute. They'll go ahead and throw it when they come across the line of scrimmage. But Highshaw was very cognizant of where the line of scrimmage was. And once he crossed it, he tucked the ball and started to run, even though he had a man open.
And here he comes, too. Highshaw came back out on this punt team. Union was short a man. They run somebody out now as well. So the teams are ready. There's the snap. It's high. Here comes McLeod. Does not get there, but it's a very short kick. It's going to hit just across the 35-yard line, and it bounced out probably about the 36. And it did go out at the 36. So the Redskins will once again just have tremendous field position. They started tonight at their own 50, at their 42, or at the 50, at their own 42, and now they're starting at Moore's 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
And one of the things that I liked on that punt coverage is Darius Boone was coming up to block the ball. He almost got to the punter, but realized at the last minute he wasn't going to be able to make it. So J.T. McLeod comes in and blocks Boone out of the way to make sure that he's not going to get a penalty called on him.
2:45 to go, first period, 14-6 Redskins, and they will have the ball inside Moore territory at the 37-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Hand straight ahead to Darius Boone, and he's going to get knocked down right at the 35-yard line. He didn't get an awful lot right there. And so many of these players go both ways, so you're going to hear a lot of these same names. That was Jace Gardner in on the tackle, and the guy helping out there was Relaford. So it'll be second down now and 8 for the Redskins.
35-yard line.
Nothing too complicated about that. Just a nice little run up the middle, get a couple of yards, and see what the defense gives you.
But that's exactly what they want to get better at. That's something they've been so good at the last few years, and it's been a struggle this year. Second down and 8 now for Union at the Moore 35-yard line. Thompson again in the shotgun. Boone to his right. Back to throw is Payton. Has plenty of time. Fires to the right side, and that ball is caught. Jaquay Shavers makes the catch, but not much more than got about a yard down to the 29-yard line. So it'll move it a few. And it's going to be third down now and about 3 for the Redskins. They'll move it at the 29. They'll need about the 27 for the first down. We'll call it 3rd and 2.
And that's where you get a little bit thankful that Moore's as small as they are, because Jaden West laid a pretty big hit on him, but he's only 5'11", 183, so that's not going to hurt him too bad.
They are not a big team, and you know, when you look at their special teams, they're not spectacular. They don't look very fast, but offensively and defensively, they can close. Minute 35 to go, first period. 14-6 Union, and they're driving. Now 3rd and 2 at the Moore 29-yard line. Thompson again in the shotgun. Shavers goes in motion. Hand off to the inside of Tomlin, and their whistles blow and flags fly, and there'll be another procedure penalty against Union. And I don't know about you, Jeff, but there's a time when you get into the season in a certain period, and you just shouldn't have those anymore.
I agree, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not seeing the jump where the official is seeing it, so I'm sure it's happening because they're calling it every time, or maybe there's something specific that they've been told to look at. But whatever it is, Union's going to have to stop doing it, because almost every time they run some sort of motion, they're getting called for an illegal shift or this time a false start.
So it'll be 3rd down now and more like 7 for Union, back at the 34-yard line of Moore. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers either side. Dandridge now the tailback. Quick snap. They're going to throw to right side. Dandridge makes the catch at the 25-yard line and stumbles and falls down. Xavier Dandridge might have scored if he'd stayed on his feet. He fell down right near where Austin Gross was standing, but that's going to be a gain of 16 and a first down to the 21-yard line of the Moore Lions, and they're just lucky, Moores, that Dandridge couldn't hold his feet.
And I'm looking at Austin Gross's stats right. It says he's marked at 6'2", 225, but Xavier Dandridge is much bigger than that man is, and he's going to make a DNA play there every time.
First down at 10 now for the Redskins, the 22 of Moore leading 14-6. Handoff right side to Elijah Tomlin. Burst forward across the 20, down to the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Oh, he took a couple of Lions for a ride right there. One of the guys who tried to make that tackle was one of their leading tacklers, and that's Rocco Mays, and he shucked him like an ear of corn. 2nd down and 2. Quick throw, left side. That ball is caught by Shadle. He's going to get forward to about the 12, but not any further. Pearson couldn't get the final block out there on the corner after the really nice quick throw by Peyton Thompson. Up off the bottom of that pile was Jake Cordova, and that's going to make it 3rd down and about 1. 8 seconds to go. We'll not get another playoff in this period, and the Redskins will go to the second period leading 14-6, and we'll come back with a 3rd down and 1. So it's 14-6 at the end of 1. Redskins lead. This is Union football on KRMG.
At Classic Chevrolet, we believe in keeping it simple when it comes to buying a car. Log on to ClassicChevrolet.net. Find the car you want. Message us. Make us an offer. Then find out what your car is worth. Get approved for financing. Come see us. Sign the papers and drive your new car home today. It's that simple. We don't want to just sell you a car. We want to help you buy a car. Classic Chevrolet in Owasso, where a handshake matters. Online at ClassicChevrolet.net.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Jeff with Red Bud Physical Therapy, and we're proud partners of the Union Redskins. I want to share some critical facts about the importance of receiving quality care. Did you know that in a recent study, getting PT first helped 60 to 70% of knee osteoarthritis patients avoid surgery?
That is not surprising.
Or that exercise can reduce your risk of recurring low back pain by between 25 and 40%. Visit redbudpt.com to find a location nearest you and schedule your first appointment today.
Catch every moment of Union football on KRMG.com, the KRMG app, and News 102.3 KRMG.
Welcome back to Moore Schools Stadium in Moore, Oklahoma. Thursday night high school football is 2 teams who really want to win this 6A1 district race are really tied up in a good game. 14-6 Union leads as we enter the second period, and they'll have a 3rd down and 1 at the Moore 12-yard line. Rick Corey along with Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, and Doc Blevins on the field. As soon as we get this 3rd down in the books, we'll get an injury report on Trey Thompson. Redskins just need to get to the Moore 12 for the first down. They'll have 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. That's Shadle. It is Boone in the backfield next to Peyton Thompson. Brock Henry, the tight end, is going to be lined up just behind the tackle left side. Teams are ready. Peyton looks to the sideline. Now looks forward. There's the snap. Handoff inside the Darius. Burst across the 10-5. Touchdown, Darius Boone. And there was no one, and I mean no one on the right side. That big offensive line over there, Jake Henry, Mason Gibbons, Gabe Cantu, just crushed the Lions, and it's 20-6.
And Brock Henry, just as you called his name, comes right over left to right, makes a big block, and nobody touched Darius Boone as he ran in.
That's got to be one of the easier ones for Darius, and there's no question about that. We'll get Noah Rauschenberg's extra point, take our break, and then we'll check in on our injured player. Pearson will be the holder. Rauschenberg is set. There's the snap, there's the kick, it's up, and it's good. Real quickly before the break, let's go ahead and get our report from Doc. Doc, how's Trey?
Correct. Trey Thompson has been taken to the locker room. They were working on his left shoulder when they took the shoulder pads off of him. You could tell it was hurting quite a bit. I'm seriously doubting if we'll see him again tonight.
All right, we appreciate that, Doc. Thanks very much. We'll take our break and come back in a moment. 21-6 Union over Moore. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
If you want your money to go fast.
You can safely and anonymously report any suspicious activity by calling 405-793-5160. He's a hero of all.
Need a buddy to make fun and lasting memories with? Consider adopting a pet between Moore and Michelle. Somebody is waiting for you. Visit cityofmoore.com for more information. Brought to you by Scroggins Animal Hospital.
Moore, number 18, is getting K.R. Mutants to the near side. 23, far side, Jaden West. And shoots it off is number 99, Moore Washington.
A 6-play, 37-yard drive takes almost 3 minutes, and it's capped by a Darius Boone 12-yard run. The extra point from Noah Rauschenberg, and it's now 21-6 Union. They'll kick off from right to left. Moore fields the ball around the 22-yard line. Taking that thing forward was James Mukes, and he's going to be taken down right about there at the 21. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Moore Lions. Rick Corey with Jeff Johns, along with Doc Blevins on the field. Richard Johns here as well. In a really beautiful place here. Moore Schools, and this is the same exact stadium they built in Putnam. It's what they're building in Edmond, and then all the schools use it, and it's a very functional facility for what these schools need, Jeff.
And it's something that you start to wonder, man, they must be getting a really good deal on this exact stadium.
This
because
model?
They sure do look very similar.
They're exactly the same, including the hermetically sealed booths. We'll get to that in a moment. 1st and 10 for the Lions, and Daniel Highshaw, their quarterback, who runs forward, now throws the ball to his left. It is caught by Buckheit, and he's immediately taken down by Cameron Watts. It's going to be taken out of bounds, or pardon me, Jaquay Sanders. He'll be taken down with a gain of about 1. We'll call it 2nd down and 9, and now a very late flag from over at the sidelines. And I don't know if that's going to be a sideline warning or what it is.
Well, one of the, I guess that's Fredericks that's talking to the.
I don't know if that's going to be a sideline warning or what it is. It's a sideline, yeah, it is a sideline warning, so that's going to go against it. It's really not anything for anybody.
Talking to the official right now, yeah.
It's a sideline, yeah, it is a sideline warning, so that's going to go against. So the Redskins will. It's really not anything for anybody. Well, nothing will happen. Nobody backs up. We'll just continue going from where we go. 11:24 to go in this second period. So 21-6 Union. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now. Nothing will happen. Nobody backs up. 4 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left for Highshaw. Highshaw runs to his right, runs. Now he throws again. That ball's going to be dropped out around the 20-yard line. It was dropped by Walker. He looked up and saw a couple of Redskins bearing down on him. One of the guys who was coming at him full speed was Josh Peoples at about 260 pounds, and he thought, he looked up and saw a couple of Redskins bearing down on him.
And he wasn't going to get a lot on him anyway. He decided discretion's the better part of valor here. So that's not a bad drop.
Well, 11-14 to go in this first half, and Moore is throwing it so often this game may extend into next week.
So
move on. 3rd down and 10 now for the Lions. Well, 11-14 to go in this first half, and Moore is throwing it so often this game may extend into next week. Daniel Highshaw, their quarterback, who's been good tonight, 3rd down and 10 now for the Lions, trailing 21-6. They'll again have 4 receivers, 21-yard line. 5 now. He'll actually shift his tight end. Their quarterback, who's been good tonight, Alex Baxter over to the right. Now he shifts back to the left. Again, have 4 receivers. Now there's going to go to 5. Now he'll actually shift his tight end. Rolling to his right. Big guy Highshaw looks fires, middle of the field, got a man wide open, and that ball's caught at the 40-yard line. Somehow Keaton Walker got wide open for a 20-yard gain all the way up to the 43-yard line. JoJo Nichols in there on the stop along with Jaquay Sanders, but somehow the Redskins just lost him, and that's a first down.
And that's one of the things that happens when you've got a quarterback that's running and short passes and RPOs, and then all of a sudden you find something that breaks right in the middle of the zone because you're trying to contain the quarterback. You just sit, the receiver sat down in the perfect spot to get the ball.
And that's what it was, a bust right in the middle of that zone. First and 10 now for the Lions at their own 44-yard line. Sitting in left, Tony Fogle to the left from the tailback spot. Now 5 receivers for Highshaw. Highshaw runs to his right, runs, flips that ball out, and it's caught once again by Walker, who's up across the 50, across that to the 44, maybe the 45. Inside that, maybe at the 44-yard line. Finally shoved out of bounds over there by JoJo Nichols. The other guy over there was Michael Walker, but that's good for another first down. It'll be 10 more for the more Lions. You know, they came out in that first series definitely great. There was Michael Walker.
Both right now are looking for.
Ball being spotted at the 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Lions. Raise the carry.
Has got a lot of room with Michael Walker up to that way.
Daniel Highshaw Jr. with the ball. And the stop is number 18, Dawson Cross. Fighting the ball at the 29-yard line. Second down and 11. Pass intended for number 10, Dylan Buckeye, incomplete. Defending was number 11, Jaquan Sanders.
And for more, they're at the 28 of Union, need the 18. 4 wide receivers, now they have a short slot on the right side. Now they're going to have a Wildcat quarterback, and that's going to be Gardner, who's going to run it to the right side, and he got nothing, maybe a yard or two. Almost everybody in there. Bricky Stromberg came in to help on that play. Nick was in there, Nick Jones. Also in there, Michael Panther. Dylan Buckeye, that was Dylan Buckeye. Sorry, Buckeye's the one who ran the ball instead of Gardner, who is their normal running back. So it's going to be 4th down now and 10 for more, trailing 21-6 with 9:20 to go here in this first half. So they're going to see if they can take the gamble here. Their field goal kicker is 2 for 2, and that is Carlos Sotos, but he hasn't kicked anything from a long way away. You're going to have to hurry. The play clock's going to run down on them. Moore comes to the line of scrimmage quickly. Once again, Highshaw will be at the quarterback position. One man set to his left. Highshaw fakes. Now they toss it on a reverse. That ball's to Buckheit. Buckheit throws downfield, and it's incomplete, trying to go to Highshaw. They ran the little reverse, got it to Buckheit. Highshaw then snuck out of the backfield to the left. J.T. McLeod was close, but would not have covered him had that been a better ball. It was not, and that's going to be first down for the Redskins with 8:56 to play here in this first half, leading 21-6.
And I got to tell you, I think that was a makeable catch by Highshaw, but he only went one-handed on it. And I understand you're the quarterback. You don't make a lot of receiving plays, but, you know, quarterback or not, you got to get both hands on the ball when it's in your area and bring it in.
Well, Buckheit's problem there, and it's classic that he's not trained as a quarterback. He did not flip his hips and his shoulders, and he tried to throw running to his left, and it's just not easy. So it's 1st and 10 Redskins now at their own 27-yard line. Thompson has him back out with Darius Boone to his left, 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. It's Shadle. Quick handoff inside to Darius, breaks across the 30, but he's not going to get much more than that. They're going to mark him at the 28-yard line. A couple of different guys there. And, you know, one of the guys who got there really angry was Rocco Mays, but the guy before him was, again, Dylan Buckheit. You're going to hear a lot of these guys' names, as I said, as a lot of these people play both ways for more. It's going to be a gain of, we're going to give him 4. That's a really good spot. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He got a good burst through, and then, like you said, Buckheit got on him, and it was that Rocco Mays pushed him back 5 yards.
So now at their own 32, Union with a 2nd down. Quick throw left side. It's going to be a screen out to Boone. Got the ball at the 35, across the 40. 1st down, Darius Boone. Tackle made out there on the right side by one of the guys out there was Kenneth Avery. One of the other guys out there to make that play was Jaden West. But that's good for another 8 yards and a 1st down for Union now at the 40-yard line.
And as Elijah Tomlin comes in to be the new back, Darius Boone's going to be one of those guys that he surprises you with how quick he is. He's not the fastest guy on the field, but he's got a good burst as soon as he catches it.
4 receivers again for Thompson, 2 to either side. The guy on the far side is Jaquay Shavers. Thompson in the shotgun. He's going to raise up quickly and throw to Shavers. He had his knee down when he made the catch at the 40, and he had room out there, but the ball was short. That's a long throw from the middle of the field to that right hash mark. So it's a completion, but good for nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just like you said, that's a really difficult throw to make when you're coming from the left side of the field all the way out to the opposite side. It's going to be tough. You just got to muscle it out there, and he didn't quite get it out, and he had to put the knee down to catch it.
7:34 to go here in the first half. 21-6 Redskins and trying to drive. They have 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Once again in the shotgun. Straight back is Thompson. Nice block by over the middle. It's taken by Pearson. He makes the catch. 30-yard line down to the 25, down to the 26, or pardon me, 24. Boy, what a nice job by Kyler Pearson to make that grab. The ball was just a little bit behind him, and there was coverage in front of him from Marcus Morris, who's a pretty good-sized guy. 36 yards and a 1st down for the Redskins, and a really good block in there by Elijah Tomlin. 1st and 10, quickly to the line of scrimmage is the Redskins, but a timeout called by the Moore Lions. We'll take a break, too. 7:14 to go here in the first half. 21-6 Union, and the Redskins are driving. This is Union football on KRMG.
Often imitated, never duplicated. See dealer for details. Restrictions apply.
Shout out to your favorite player on the open mic on the KRMG app right now. And Rick Corey might even play it on the air. News 102.3 KRMG.
Quick toss in the inside to Kyler Pearson, and we begin play here, and he goes forward to about the 20-yard line. Actually, I think he lost a yard back to the 21-yard line. Dylan Millette was the guy who actually made that play. And so with 7 minutes to go in this first half, leading 21-6, Union's going to end up with a 3rd down and just over 10.
And that one's not going to matter because as he got around the outside, Elijah Tomlin was making a good block and then decided, I'm just going to take you to the ground. We're going to lay here for a little bit.
So a hold against the Redskins, and that will they're going to mark that from the point of foul at the 25, and it'll take the ball back to the 35-yard line. So you will replay 2nd down. So if there's good news, that's it. But they're going to need the 13. So it's going to be 2nd down and 23 for the Redskins.
1st down.
1st down. It should be, well, that's the 1st down play was a no gain by Pearson. This should be 2nd down. But we'll take it. 1st down, good enough for me. So 4 receivers once again for the Redskins, and now there's going to be a timeout called by Union. So they'll confab as well, and we will too. 6:59 to go first half, 21-6 Union. Timeout Redskins. First down when we come back. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
Off plus
mainly the Blues
all
Brothers.
Leon Redbone all the time.
Code TRUST. That's code TRUST. Try it. Love it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
Let's run it.
You're listening to the flagship station of Union High School football. News 102.3 KRMG.
First down for the Redskins, but first and 23 at their own, or at the 35-yard line of Moore, pardon me, as we get play back underway. Handoff to Boone on the left side goes for nothing. So it'll be second down and about 23 yards to go. Redskins up 21-6, but they have shot themselves in the foot with penalties. Richard, how many penalties is that tonight so far? 6? 6 penalties on the Redskins, and a couple of those have been big ones. Now, they've overcome some of those for first downs.
And it seems like, I don't know if we track this, but it seems like almost all of our penalties have been on first down.
Most of them have been. It's going to be second down now and 23. In the shotgun again is Thompson. Straight back to throw. Looking deep. He's going to go deep, and he's trying to get out there to, was that Chavers? And he hit him square in the hands, and he dropped it. That ball could not have been thrown any better. Jaquay Shavers had beaten his man in the end zone, and the ball hit him square in the hands, and it bounces incomplete. And, boy, it's got to be frustrating for Peyton Thompson, third down.
It bounced off his pads. He watched it all the way in, went right through his hands, and bounced off and out through the back of the end zone.
So it'll be third down and 23 for the Redskins. And you're, of course, in four-down territory here. You could let Noah Rauschenberg try a field goal from here, and he's probably got the leg for it. But you really, or if you get anything out of this play here, might just go for it on fourth down. 6:15 to go first half. Third down and 23 for Union at the 35 of Moore. If they crease the 12, they'll have the first down. Once again, the snap quickly. Thompson rolls to his left and fires, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Pearson trying to make the sliding catch at the 25-yard line. Couldn't do it. Buckheit was right there with him, and it's going to be fourth down and 23. And from the 35, you put 7 on there, and you're looking at a 52-yard attempt by Noah Rauschenberg, and he's going to jog out here and give it a shot.
Well, and just a couple of weeks ago, we saw, Zach Jones posted that video on Facebook of Noah kicking 60-yard field goals. This is easily a makeable ball for him. The problem he has is sometimes they've had issues on the snaps, on the holds, and sometimes he angles that kick a little too far down and it gets blocked.
So they're going to put it at the 43. This will be a 53-yard attempt from right to left for Rauschenberg. The teams are ready. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's up. Looks like it's going to be a little short. Nope, it wasn't short, but it was off to the right. He missed it just off to the right. Noah had the leg, but did not quite pull it far enough. So with 6:04 to go here in this first half, the ball will go over to the Moore Lions as Union comes up scoreless for the first time. And it was the penalty that did them in right there, Jeff, and then a big drop ball. So they've had 2 balls in the end zone dropped tonight by Redskins receivers, and if you're going to be a championship team, you can't do that.
Now, the good news is they weren't both by Kyler Pearson. So he doesn't have all the blame, but you're right. You've got to make the catches, and I don't know what it is. When I was playing for Coach Witcher, they'd put us on jug machines. They'd do all sorts of stuff. Of course, we had Josh Blankenship coaching, and if he throws it, it's almost like a jug machine because it'll take off your hands.
Well, everybody wants to catch balls. There's no question about that. First and 10 for the Moore Lions. Daniel Highshaw brings them back out. Highshaw runs right up the middle, and he's got a little bit of room at the 25, maybe the 24-yard line. Didn't quite get the 25, and he got punished for it. Got a pretty good shot in there by Keith Dorsey. He'll give 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7, but he'll think about it next time.
Boy, I tell you what, Elijah Tomlin was sitting there waiting for Highshaw to come through the line, put him up, and then Nick Jones came over the top and pushed him back down. And you're right, that's going to bring a little bit of hesitation.
They're going to give him almost 4, so we're going to call it 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 24-yard line of Moore. They trail 21-6 with 5:20 to go in this first half. Highshot very slow here to call this play. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He's alone in the backfield. There's the snap. Here comes the pressure. Highshot fires, and that ball is incomplete. Tried once again to get it to Walker, and that was a pretty good throw. But Walker got hit by Keith Dorsey about the same time it got there, and that will bring up 3rd down and 6. And if the Redskins can make them punt from here, they've got another chance to get great field position.
Keith Dorsey had some great coverage on there, came in at the last minute, jumped the route slightly and got a hand in there, broke up the pass, and that's about as well as you can play that ball.
Well, and Highshot can wing it. He can spin it when he's really after it. So 3rd down and 6 now from Moore at their own 24. They need the Union 30. Again, 5 wide, 3 to the right for Highshot. In the shotgun, JoJo Nichols goes to deep safety as Union shifts. They're in their nickel coverage. Elijah Tomlin backing up at the linebacker spot, so now is Nick Jones, and he's calling out some different signals. Highshot has to hurry. 2 on the play clock. There's the snap. Highshot runs to his right and throws. The ball's incomplete behind Gardner. It was once again Buckheit, and that ball falling incomplete will make it 4th down and 6, and now Moore will more than likely kick this thing away with 5:15 to play in the first half and trailing 21-6.
Well, Jaquan Sanders and Josh Frederick had pretty good coverage on it, but like you said, JoJo Nichols called out some interesting signals there, and he and JT McLeod were about 20-25 yards behind the line of scrimmage, way back there. So obviously what they've said is, we're going to load up on making sure that Highshot doesn't get through, right? Doesn't get past that second line. We're going to get as many guys there as possible and let the safeties take care of the deep routes.
The punter is Drew Johnston. He had a very poor kick on his first one, around 17 yards. Here comes the Redskins, and he gets this one away, but this one's going to bounce short, and Pearson's going to take it at the 45-yard line. He's got a team picture of the Moore guys, and he still got away. Oh, he got across the 45 to the 47-yard line. There were 5 players from Moore standing right there, and almost every one of them whiffed. Pardon me. Marcus Morris finally pushed him out of bounds. He only got about 3, but that's an exciting return to the Union 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Redskins.
I'm just going to have a minute trying to get over that team picture.
Whiffed. There we go. Got it.
And Elijah Tomlin almost got to that punt there. They've been pressuring. They've been putting a lot of guys back there. They had 4 Union guys waiting on the punter when he took the snap, so he didn't have a lot of time to get rid of it. But Union on the punt return is very exciting to watch.
5 minutes to go here in this first half. 21-6 Redskins, and they have it at their own 47-yard line. Handoff right side. Darius Boone got room. 50, 45. Darius at the 40, carrying more Lions with him. He goes across the 35-yard line. Buckheit finally dragged him out of bounds, but they're going to give him the 30. My goodness, 23 more yards for number 27 and a first down for the Redskins.
Well, he's not a guy that once he gets out into the open is going to outrun everybody on the team, but boy, he sure gets to the open quickly.
They're going to bring in Elijah Tomlin. There'll be 2 running backs in this set. Actually, they brought in Elijah and then brought him back out, and instead they brought in Xavier Dandridge. 1st and 10 Redskins at the Moore 30. Quick snap, fake, inside, throwing down the middle, and it is Dandridge wide open, 10-5, touchdown. Xavier Dandridge lined up at that halfback slot, went straight forward up the middle, and the guy who was closest to him was Jaden West, and he was 15 yards away. 27-6 Redskins on a beautiful 35-yard touchdown pass.
I'm not 100% sure who they were watching, but the safety had no idea Dandridge was there. And you said the closest guy there, but there wasn't a guy anywhere near him when he caught the ball, and we're doing them a little bit of credit to give him a close man.
Here comes the extra point. Once again, Noah Rauschenberg. The holder is Pearson. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. 4:35 to go in this first half. Now the Redskins extend the lead to 28-6. So when you look at district play, they have their 15. But Kirk Frederick's rule, he wants 35-point lead. We'll see if they can get there before the half's over. It's Redskins football on KRMG. The kick was good, of course, and it's 28-6. Redskins up over Moore. Rick Corey along with Jeff Johns, Doc Blevins, and Richard Johns here at Moore Schools Stadium on a Thursday night. Rauschenberg will kick from right to left. Last time he didn't get it all the way in the end zone. This one will go a little short as well. It's going to be taken to the 2-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20-yard line. Nice, not a bad return right in there by Jaden West, but it's not going to get him much further than about the 20. We'll mark it at the 21-yard line and call it 1st and 10 there. And now I think the key for Union defensively, Highshaw made it very clear he doesn't want to take contact. So if Union will get after this quarterback who has done a great job tonight on the run-pass option, I think they can take this game over.
Absolutely. They've started getting more pressure on him as the series have gone on. So they've got to, but they have to have a balance. Either they have to get to him quickly, or they've got to do what they did on 3rd down last time and just drop a couple men deep and really make sure that he doesn't get outside of the pocket.
Jace Gardner will be lined up at the running back slot. He's in the shotgun to the right. Back behind him in the shotgun is Highshaw. Highshaw is going to hand off to Gardner on the left side, and he is crunched. He got nowhere. Boy, the Redskins jumped that like a dog after a sausage. Sanders was out there. Micah was there as well, and that's going to be a gain of nothing. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
And it's difficult to run the ball traditionally against Union because they're built to stop the run. That's what they do best. And when you look at guys like Michael Panther, Isaiah McGuire, Darius Murdoch, Nick Jones,
that's
Elijah
the best part
Tomlin.
of this team. There's no
question.
question.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not going to run it traditionally, so they're going to have to do things more interesting than that.
2nd and 10 now for the Lions, trailing 28-6. Highshaw looking to the sidelines. Once again, he's got the one single short set to the right, but that's his big tight end, Baxter, and they're going to call a timeout. So with 3:44 to go in this first half, that will not end. Union up 28-6, and we'll take a break too. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
Central Dock Credit Union.
With 3:44 to go first half, Moore trailing 28-6. Daniel Highshaw, the quarterback, rolling to his right after the snap. Now he's going to throw it deep, trying to go to Buckheit, and that ball is going to be incomplete to the inside. JoJo Nichols had coverage, but honestly, Buckheit had pulled away from him just a little bit. If that's a better throw, that might be complete. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 10.
And there's going to be a flag on the backside of that play where you traditionally see holding. Dad's signaling a chop block, so I'm sure he probably saw it over there. That's probably what it is. But it was decent coverage, and they're not giving Highshaw enough time to throw that deep ball, so I'm not sure that it's going to be a threat once he gets that far down. And yeah, he's indicating a chop block that is declined.
I'll tell you this, though. Dylan Buckheit, the 6 foot, 189-pound senior, has really been impressive tonight. He came into this game with 22 catches for only 52 yards. 521 yards. That's averaging 23.6 a catch. And that is impressive with, 7 touchdowns. And I think tonight he's been very good. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for Moore. Once again, they'll have 4 receivers this time. The up back is Jace Gardner. Rolling to his right is Highshaw. He's going to throw back to the screen and throws it nowhere. And boy, Michael Walker was the closest guy to that. Had he seen that ball a little faster, number 19 is going to pick that off and score. Instead, it's going to be 4th down and 10 for Moore after Highshaw clearly just threw that one away.
Boy, Isaiah McGuire had him dead to rights. He was coming all the way down there, and he was breathing down his neck. All that Highshaw could do was get rid of the ball, and Michael Walker just needs one more step on that, and he's taking it to the house.
Drew Johnston will come on to kick. Now he's going to punt from around his 7-yard line. Kyler Pearson standing at the 45 of Moore. Redskins are already up 28-6, and they're going to go after this kick. If he gets it off, I wouldn't be surprised to see number 2 take this one to the house. Teams are set. Johnston gets a good snap. Kick is away. It's going to be very short. Kyler's going to run over and catch it at midfield. Makes a move to his left. He's got room at the 45. Kyler at the 40. Kyler at the 35, and finally pushed out of bounds. Well, he just did not have the wall over there he needed. The final push to get him out of bounds came from Napoleon Briggs, but that's a good return. Mark it down around the probably 35, and the Redskins will have 1st and 10 at the Moore 35-yard line.
And as Hayden Kemp came off the sideline, the Jerry Broadbent, the assistant head coach for Moore, was on him and said, you might want to take a seat because you're not going back out there for a while.
Broadbent's the defensive coordinator, so he knows what he's talking about when it comes to tackling. So 1st and 10 Redskins at the Moore 35-yard line, 28-6. Union leads already, and they continue to try to add to it. A.J. Green will come in the tailback slot. They're going to hand to A.J. on the left side. Got room. 35, 20, flag down, 20, 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that flag is going to be a holding. He threw it right where Brock Henry was standing.
Yeah, but it was either Brock or Ricky Stromberg. Both of them had a pretty good hold.
So a nice, there's a reason that A.J. Green had a big old hole right there. The Redskins were doing a little hugging. That will be a hold against Union, and that will bring that back. And again, we're looking at the Redskins with really good offensive plays and just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. And at this point in the season, this far in, you just can't have this many penalties.
You would expect, a certain amount of professionalism when you come into a game like this that you're supposed to win. That you go about it like business. That's what Coach Blankenship always said is, it's just business. We're just going to go down and beat them, and we're going to take care of every play, treat every play like it's the state championship game. You do what you're supposed to do, execute your blocks, and you don't make mental mistakes like that.
Nobody's trying to hold necessarily, but you've just got to be a little more disciplined than that. So it's going to move it back all the way to the 46-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down at about 22. They're going to run a reverse. Kyler Pearson's got some room. So now he's going to get a block in there from Peyton Thompson. He's going to get around the 40, and a flag back now as Peyton Thompson made the block. Kyler got down to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. He got back the penalty, but they're going to throw a flag on Thompson now, and Peyton turned and blocked. There are crackback block rules, but he hit him above. He hit him above the waist, and he didn't lead with his head. That should not be a personal foul, but I think they're going to call hold. That can't be against Peyton, because I don't know what they were looking at, because I saw him throw the flag right at number 12, and Peyton didn't hold anybody. He popped a guy in the shoulders but didn't hold him.
Well, the ref's talking to Ricky Stromberg, and Ricky Stromberg definitely wasn't holding anyone either.
Well, John Riva, the referee, threw that flag right at Peyton Thompson's feet. So if he wasn't throwing it at 12, I don't know who he was throwing it at, but, 3 minutes to go here in this first half. The Redskins up 28-6. All right, so the ball's back at the 49-yard line of Moore, and it is now 1st down and all the way to the 25. So it's 1st and about 24. Let's see if the Redskins can do this. Back to pass once again as Thompson throws to the right. Ball is caught out there at the 45-yard line, down to the 44 by Dillard, who has a touchdown catch tonight. So that carves off about, maybe about 8. We'll call it 2nd down and about 18 now for the Redskins. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Shadle goes to the right side. 3 receivers to the left. Pearson is that inside man. In the shotgun again is Thompson. Peyton, hard count. Moore does not jump. Darius Boone sets to the left, now shifts to the right. Now he points. Thompson straight back to throw again. Great protection. Looking, firing middle of the field for Pearson, and he is out there and makes the catch. Yes, he did. He made the catch at the 3. Initially, the official looked like he was going to wave that thing off, but instead, Kyler brings in a great catch with really good coverage out there. Coverage in there was by Fogel, 39 yards on the play, and it's 1st and goal Redskins. So much for 1st and 50, huh? Quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1st and goal from the 3, handoff left side, and walking into the end zone is Darius Boone. Touchdown Redskins. Flags don't matter. 34-6 with 2:39 to go in this first half, and that was the catch that we talked about Kyler Pearson making when he drops the one that he should make. That kid just makes remarkable catches.
Fogel was on top of him, and he still made the catch. I was curious if they were going to call pass interference on Fogel because of how all over him he was, and Pearson just found a way to make it happen.
Rauschenberg on once again for the extra point. There's the snap, there's the hold. The kick is up high, and it's good. So with 2:39 to go in the first half, Redskins extend their lead now 35-6 over the Moore Lions. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
Jaden West, 18th to their side. James J.R. Mukes. And kicking it off, number 99 is Noah Rauschenberg.
Six now with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in this first half. Rick Corey with Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, and of course Doc Blevins. 3-play drive goes 65 yards in only 43 seconds. And it was finally Darius Boone's 3-yard run that did them in for the Moore Lions, and Union overcoming a first and nearly 30 on that play. Deep kickoff here. It's going to be taken around the 7-yard line by the Lions up to the 20-yard line, across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Kick returner James Mukes there. He won't get any more than that. It'll be 1st and 10 now for Moore. As they trail 35-6 with 2.5 to go here in this first half, Daniel Highshaw will bring him back out. And, Jeff, you have to wonder how much they'll try to do. I'm sure they're going to try to run their offense, but if you turn it over here, I mean, you could make it even worse at the half, and you could have a team wondering whether or not they should even come back out for the second half.
Absolutely, and I think they'll still run their offense. They'll still try to make a couple things happen. 2.5 minutes is a lot of time to be left on the clock for this kind of offense. They can still run quickly. They can move the ball quickly. And there's a lot of ways they can make stuff happen with the timeout left on the clock.
By the way, that was a helicopter that went very close to the top of the press box just then. So 1st and 10 for the Lions at their 21-yard line. Their quarterback, Daniel Highshaw, has motion inside. He's going to hand that ball. Fakes the handoff and goes straight across the 25 to the 26, 27-yard line. It's a really nice play right there by Highshaw. Nick Jones helped on the tackle. Isaiah's in there as well. Cameron Watts in there. That's going to be a gain of about 8. We'll call it 2nd down and 2.
Nice little play there by Highshaw, looking around for a couple of his options passing, and decides to run the ball at the middle and carries Elijah Tomlin, which is not easy to do.
2 minutes to go in the first half. 35-6 Redskins. Now 2nd down and 2 for the Lions. Highshaw with 5 receivers, 3 left side, 2 to the right. Now motion inside by Fogle. He's going to hand to Fogle. He's got room across the 30, 35, across the 40. Nice job by Daniel Fogle, and nice blocking out on the outside. Stromberg helped on that tackle in there. So did Frederick. It's going to be a 1st down, though, and the Moore Lions will move the football now at their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
12 yards on the play and a great little run there. And it's one of those things that you wonder, because it's such a simple play, you wonder if they've done so many complicated things that now Union's looking for the complex, and they're able to start getting a couple runs that should be usually easy for Union to stop.
Football is a simple game, right? Block better, tackle better, you win. Somebody said that. Fogle goes in motion again, straight back as Highshaw throws. That caught by Buckheit. He's across the 50-yard line. Buckheit again with another catch. First in a while, though. He gets it to Union's 48, and that's going to be good for a 1st down, 10 yards on the nose. Guy made that final tackle once again for the Redskins was Cameron Watts. 1st and 10 now inside Union territory at the 48. Highshaw in a hurry now. Here comes motion again, fakes. He's going to throw across the middle, and again Buckheit makes a sliding tackle, this time at the 40-yard line. Nick Jones was the closest guy, but that's a gain of 8, as it'll be 2nd down and 2, 1:15 to go.
Watch Drew Johnson on the outside. He had his man beat. They didn't have enough time to throw it because of all the pressure, but they may go back to him here.
2nd and 2 now for Moore. Here comes that same motion once again. Highshaw straight back. Here comes pressure. Highshaw gets away from one, but not the second one. The guy bearing down on him was Michael Panther at 295, and I promise you he weighs more than that. And Highshaw looked up and saw big 96 coming at him and ducked and finally got knocked down. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Ball back now at the 46-yard line of Moore with 42 seconds to go in this half. 35-6 Union, and Moore has 3rd and 8. Quick shift, and here comes Highshaw. He's going to get pressure. Highshaw throwing deep, and that ball is going to be incomplete. When he first threw the football, Drew Johnston was well covered, but it was a short throw, and J.T. McLeod had to come back to it. He got hands on it. It's 4th down.
Drew Johnston had both hands on the ball. JT just jumped above him and punched it right back out. Great coverage there by JT, getting to the ball and not giving up on the play.
That was clearly a DNA play. Yeah, that's all that was. It's just I'm more athletic than you, so I'm going to go spike this. So with 30 seconds to go, the Redskins could get the football back and actually have an opportunity to add to their lead. They lead now 35-6. It's 4th down and 8 for Moore. The ball's on the Union 46-yard line. If they get to 38, they'll have the 1st down. Highshaw on the shotgun with 5 wide. 3 right, 2 left. Highshaw back, throws. That ball is clearly incomplete. He was trying to go once again to Buckheit, but threw it right by him, and that only took 4 seconds. So you got to think this through as a head coach. You just gave the ball back to the guys who lead you 35-6, and they're in pretty good field position. I'm not sure I'd have made that call.
I don't disagree with you, but if you're Kirk Fredericks, you've got 35 points on the scoreboard. It's not the lead that you want to end the game with, but there's plenty of time in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if they just take a knee.
Oh, I don't think they'll take a knee. I'll bet you a cough drop. They're not going to take, and you know how important those are to me right about now.
I do.
1st and 10 Redskins at their own 46-yard line. They'll bring them back out. Elijah Tomlin will be in that running back spot, though. Peyton Thompson in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Thompson is set. He's going to throw quickly to the right side to J.T. McLeod. J.T. across midfield. J.T. at the 40. J.T. trucks a guy. Oh, down to the 38-yard line. One more player, and I'm going to see who that was. That was, pardon me, I got to flip my sheet here. That was Currian Walker, who just got introduced to number 4, and I mean the hard way. First down, Redskins now at the 39-yard line. 18 seconds to go here in this first half, and Kirk Frederick will call a timeout. Okay, so I win.
I will stand corrected. No, and then they're going to go aggressive here. They're going to score.
When JT caught the football, I thought he's just going to score because he's just so much faster than everybody else. But Moore did a nice job of closing. But, man, number 4 put his head down and just went smush.
He's one of those guys that, like you say, he's got that track speed that he's going to take off and make a lot of guys look slow. But in this instance, he wasn't afraid of the tackle. He wasn't afraid of the challenge. I think he was trying to get out of bounds, but he just steamrolled the defender.
So Union will still have, I see, 1 timeout left. So does Moore. 35-6, Redskins lead. 18 seconds to go here in this first half. Rick Corey with Jeff Johns. Richard Johns and Doc Blevins is now behind me. There he is. He made his way up to the press box here, these fine facilities at Moore School Stadium. So the Redskins only have, with 18 seconds to go on a 1st and 10 now at the 39 of Moore, you still have the first down. So you easily have time to get something done here or to give Noah Rauschenberger another shot. So they'll once again go 4 wide. McLeod is back in there at the right side. And once again, Isaiah McGuire is going to be in there, and he's going to be playing the running back slot on the left side. And one of the reasons he's in there is just a very good blocker on passing downs.
Absolutely.
Peyton Thompson calls some signals. He moves McGuire now to the right in the shotgun. There's the snap. Hands to Isaiah. Got a lot of room. 35, 30. Isaiah, 25, 20. Pile drives down to the 22-yard line. Inside that to about the 17. A host of more tacklers there. Well, really a host of more riders because he dragged all those guys with him. Dylan Millett was one of the guys who got up off the bottom. 21 more yards, and the Redskins with 10 seconds to go will give it another shot. Now 1st and 10 at the Moore 17. Quickly checking in is Darius Boone, and the Redskins will down the football quickly until with 6 seconds to go. That'll stop the clock. We'll keep it here.
I understand the concept of spiking the football, but if you're going to run that many seconds off the clock, you might as well just take your timeout.
I think they want to save the timeout to set up the field goal.
Right, but do you have enough time to run another play and take the timeout is my question.
Yeah, I think you do. I believe you do. With 6 seconds to go, I think you can throw one more. But you're going to have to make sure there can't be any indecision. The ball's got to go to the end zone.
Quick.
All right, this is more of a C.J. Moore play from last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know you're throwing a 35 in the end zone, you toss this thing up, and that's really what they have to decide right here. And they may just decide to go ahead and kick it. Now they're going to take that final timeout. So it'll be first down, or pardon me, it'll be first down. No, second down because they spiked the ball, pardon me. It'll be second down and 10 from the 18-yard line of Moore with 6 seconds to go, leading 35-6. The Redskins will make a decision. Do they want to put one in the end zone, or do they want to go ahead and try to kick the football? And of course, if you throw one in the end zone and they interfere with you, you get it to 2, and you've got one more play. So there's a couple of different ways to look at this.
Right, and this is what I'm talking about, because before you had enough time to move out to the side, maybe get a little bit better position for the kick. But now you march Noah Rauschenberg out there and say, hey, why don't you put this on through?
You get this thing out here and get 38-6 lead. I think you feel pretty good about things. They'll put the ball at the 25-yard line, near side hash mark. Noah will be kicking from right to left. Not a lot of breeze out there tonight. As a matter of fact, most of the flags are almost straight down. Kyler Pearson will attempt to hold. He will have to push this slightly to his right. This is for a 38-6 lead with 6 seconds to go in the half. Redskins are set. Snaps high, but he got it down. There's the kick. It's up. It's high, and I think that thing is dead center, and it is. That'll go to zeros on the clock, and the Redskins will lead 38-6 going to the locker room. A tremendous first half for Union, and they're looking to stay undefeated in district play. 38-6 Redskins, back with halftime in a moment. This is Redskins football at KRMG.
Did you know that over 90% of
Take 3 here.
Great
virtually
kick.
the same?
Yes, sir.
Sports medicine meeting the orthopedic needs of Buller, Norman, Oklahoma City, and Edmond. Note that an injury may you miss a single play. Call 515-8090 and set up an appointment today. Please welcome to the field the 2018 Moore High School Marching Band. The director of band for MHS is Clint Brown, listed by Seth Adams, Matthew Mahini, Angie Taylor, and color guard director is Miss Abby Miller. The band is led on the field by drum majors Brianna Shaw, Hayden Sovereign, and Jaden McCarroll. MHS Band has a long track record of success, consistently winning OSSAA sweepstakes awards and marching and concert performance. The concert band has been selected twice in the past 10 years to perform in an honor group for the Oklahoma Music Educators Convention. In the 2018 MHS Jazz Band has been selected to perform at the Oklahoma Music Educators Convention this upcoming January. The Moore High School Marching Band's 2018 field show is titled Revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again the Moore High School Marching Band.
That was reckless and irresponsible. I'm telling you right now. Let somebody else talk. The president let somebody else talk. p.m. Central Standard Time.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. When we let our freedom ring, we'll be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Nothing to do right now until they start playing again.
Lift up your faces. You have a piercing need for this bright morning dawning for you. Lift up your eyes upon this day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Lift up your heart. Each new hour holds new chances for new beginnings. Do not be wedded forever to fear. Take it into the palms of your hand. Mold it into the shape of your quiet dream. Sculpt it into the image of your most public self. Here, concentrating to look up and out, and into your sister's eyes, and into your brother's face, and say simply, with hope,
Moore High School varsity pom is led by senior captains Yazzie Sines and Brittany Ramos. They are coached by Jennifer Jacks, Danielle Driscoll, and Lil Dosher Watson. Ladies and gentlemen, the Moore High School pom. Moore High School pom. Please welcome Moore's future cheerleaders as they take the field. They'll be forming and a chant and of course a cheer. This is the future cheerleaders Moore. Congratulations to you, Cooper cheerleaders. Good job. So a nice round of applause for these young ladies. Good job. For any injury for any athlete, Oklahoma Sports and Orthopedic Institute provides superior orthopedic and sports medicine treatment. Call 515-8090 and set up an appointment and turn your setback into a comeback.
Hi, I'm Dr. Cook. Thanks for telling me what's going on today. My daughter's had a rash on her arm.
Parents take great care with their children, even with common medical problems. Northern Regional is here for you 24/7. And with our new virtual care app, you can visit with a physician in minutes using your computer, tablet, or phone. Download the Northern Regional virtual care app for Apple and Android devices today.
Protecting our community is everyone's responsibility. Private Company is here for all of us. You can safely and anonymously report any suspicious activity by calling 405-793-5160. There's a hero in all of us. Need a place to make fun and lasting memories with? Just start up and collecting more animals. Somebody has done what to do. Visit cityofnews.com. Brought to you by Strong Animal Hospital.
Oklahoma is not in the second game. Specializing in European and AC and based right here in New Orleans. They're just a phone call away. 799-5841.
Are you a working adult looking to finish your degree or earn a master's degree? Then Mid-America Christian University is the school for you. Earn your degree in less than 2 years from a university that is flexible and works around your schedule. Visit MAC.
Carry, which for him has been great. Tomlin has a couple of carries for 21 yards. When it comes to receiving, Boone has 2 catches for 13. Shadle 3 for 70 and a score. Dillard has 2 catches for 16 and a score. Dandridge 2 for 43 and a touchdown. Pearson has a couple for 75 yards. Overall for Union, 366 total yards. You look at Moore, they have 210 total yards of offense, and you'd think that sounds like a lot, but they've moved it all between the 20s and the 15s.
That's right. They get down close to the end zone, and then they start shooting themselves in the foot. They get a little fancy-footed, like we talked about earlier, and they're just not doing things efficiently once they get on the other side of the 50-yard line, and they're ending up with 4th and longs, and then they try to go for it and aren't making it.
All right, consider it's 38-6, and the Redskins have 8 penalties for 60 yards. Moore has 1 penalty for 10 yards. So if that had changed a little bit, just think how ugly that could be. So we're getting ready to get underway here in the second half. The Lions will kick from left to right, wearing their white pants, blue jerseys, the blue helmets with Lions on the side, and the white numbers. Union in their silver pants, silver helmets, white jerseys with the black numbers outlined in red. They'll return from right to left. Going back deep, Kyler Pearson is J.T. McLeod. And if either one of those guys gets a hold of it, and especially if number 4 gets his hands on it, look out. Kicking off for Moore will be... See, their kicker, pardon me, so I flipped this chart once again. Moore is going to be kicking off with Carlos Soto. Soto approaches. This is going to be a very short up in the air, and once again, he's going to kick it out of bounds. And that thing had to cross at about the 40-yard line. My goodness, it's one thing to kick the thing out of bounds. It's another thing to kick it out of bounds about 15 yards from where you started. But they're going to mark that at the 42-yard line. They say that ball only went some 18 yards.
So this has got to be something unique to high school that I was not aware of, that you mark it apparently where the ball goes out of bounds. Whereas in college and the NFL, you can kick it out wherever you want to in the 35-yard line.
So they're going to mark it back around they're going to move it all the way up to the 47. The 47-yard line. They're going to say that kick was only 13 yards. And the Redskins will take it right there, 1st and 10. If you look at Moore offensively, and we mentioned they've been fairly effective. First 4 possessions, they had 176 yards. Their last 3, 34 yards. Redskins doing a better job. 1st and 10 Union now at their own 47-yard line. We're about to start the second half of play. Peyton Thompson in the shotgun, straight back to throw. Looks left, throws left, caught by Pearson. He jumps backwards around the 45, but could not escape the tackle. So that'll be good for about 7 yards. The guy that jumped in there and made that play was Tony Fogel, because once again, they have so many guys going both ways here. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
I think Kyler got a little bit too confident of his punt returners, decided to jump around and try to make a few guys miss. And sometimes it's just better to just take the ball and go forward. Don't try to do too many fancy things. He probably lost a couple of yards there.
Yeah, 2nd down and about 4 for Union. They're now inside more territory at the 47-yard line. They need about the 43 for the 1st down. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. They're going to hand off inside to Darius Boone. He pushes forward across the 45 and gets down past the 1st down marker. He'll be down to the 40-yard line, and Moore had players all over the place, but they just couldn't get number 27 down. Last guy up the bottom of that pile right there is going to be Jace Gardner, but that's good for 8 and a 1st down for Union now at the 40-yard line of Moore.
And this is where Darius really starts to make defenses pay. It doesn't matter how many guys you put on top of him. In the second half of the game, he's still running strong, and they're not ready for him.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now at Moore's 40. Union already up by a score of 38-6. Thompson in the shotgun once again. He's going to hand left side once again and straight ahead, trucking down to around the 35-yard line once again is Darius Boone. The guy that made the tackle was Dylan Buckheit, but he got delivered a blow. That's a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
They might want to look at taking Dylan Buckheit out of the defense if he's going to get in the way of number 27 too many times, because that's going to hurt.
And Union looks like they're going to be pretty confident just running the football, but you have to think, too, with a 38-6 lead, if they make this 45-6, it may be the last time we see this first-team offense all as one unit. Back to the line of scrimmage. Henry the tight end on the left side. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. In the shotgun, Thompson to his right. Once again, Boone. Fake handoff to Boone. A quick throw by Thompson, and it's behind Pearson. Some quick pressure put in there, and one of the guys on that pressure was the guy who plays that big tight end spot for him, Alex Baxter. He was closing in quickly, and Peyton didn't have much choice, so it's incomplete and 3rd and 5 now for Union at Moore's 35.
Baxter put some great pressure on him along with Jace Gardner, and when you got 2 guys right in your face, it's not a very easy time to make a quick pass. So I can't give a lot of blame to him.
3rd and 5 once again for the Redskins. Hard count by Moore, and he tried by Payton, and tried to pull Moore off sides, and all 3 Moore defensive linemen stepped, but apparently not into the neutral zone. So it will be 3rd and 5, 7 on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right side for Thompson in the shotgun. He's going to turn, fake the handoff. Now he's going to throw deep. Got a guy wide open down the right sideline. That ball is incomplete. Oh, he had a man standing wide. Oh, it was caught? Now they said he dropped it as if he went out of bounds. Jaquay Shavers had the ball about the 5, and then when he fell out of bounds at the 1, he dropped it, but they will call it complete. So that ball will be all the way down to the 1, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Redskins, and that's a little bit fortunate, I think, for Jaquay.
They did that same play earlier in the game when who was it? When Torrey Dillard caught that pass deep in the end zone. And it was a short pass then, but this time, same thing. You got a guy that cuts short, the safety jumped, and you leave Shavers wide open. Walker
was the guy out there who could not cover him. Now 2 guys in, including Nick Jones in the blocking area, and they're going to hand it to Nick Jones. Direct snap, touchdown. Oh, the linebacker gets into the end zone. He was up in a triangle formation to the right of Peyton Thompson, took the direct snap, and didn't have anybody in his way as he wandered into the end zone. Redskins do come up with 1 player limping, and that is... let's see, who is that limping? That is one of the offensive linemen. That's going to be Ryan Rodriguez, who's going to leave the game. He'll have a replacement come in here on this extra point, and Union will have to take a look at him. We'll have Doc Blevins take a look as well. So it's now 44-6 on the little trickeration there by the Redskins, and Noah Rauschenberg for the extra point. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it's good. So with 9:43 to go, 3rd period, Union extends their lead. Now 45-6 over Moore. This is Union football on KRMG.
Hi, this is Matt McCoy, and as many of you know, I've been on some winning teams my entire
Need a buddy to make fun and lasting memories with? Consider adopting a pet from the Moore Animal Shelter. Somebody is waiting for you. Visit cityofmoore.com for more information. Brought to you by Scroggins Animal Hospital.
Deep for the Lions, on the near side, number 18, James J.L. Far side is number 23, Jaden West. And kicking off for Union will be number 99, Noah Rauschenberg.
Nick Jones, 1-yard run, and the extra point by Rauschenberg makes it 45-6. Noah will kick off, and this one will go into the end zone, and so Moore will start at their own 20-yard line. Rick Corey, along with Jeff Johns, Richard Johns, and Doc Blevins, making his way back to the field after his halftime interview. And I really don't expect that we will see that first-team offense all together as a group again tonight, Jeff. I think we'll probably see portions of it mixed in as other players get a chance.
Yeah, it just depends on what Moore does on this drive. If Moore comes down and gets another score, you may see one more drive of Peyton Thompson, but even if Moore scores, you gotta imagine that Trent DeSmet is going to finish out the rest of this game, which would be nice. We haven't seen a whole lot of Trent this year, and it's good to see what some of these younger players have.
So now we're going to find out what Moore's philosophy is here. We're going to talk a minute about what happened in this game last year. Union won it 70-0 last year, but first of all, let's get this series underway. 1st and 10 Moore. Their quarterback, Daniel Highshaw, brings him back up. He's got some motion to the inside, and Highshaw hands that ball off the left side around the 28-yard line. That was James Mukes, who took it, to the 22-yard line. He was brought down right there, and he's going to stay on the ground. He might be hurt, or one of their players is. Out there on the tackle, Isaiah McGuire. The player who is hurt is up, and it is Mukes. He's going to limp off the field. Now they're going to send the training unit out to him. So we'll have an opportunity here to talk about it. So last year, Moore came into the Union game thinking they had a chance to make the playoffs. Their head coach, Brad Hill, has admitted that he told his team and his staff, ignore Union this week. We're not going to think about this game even though that's who we're going to play because we can't win. So we're going to concentrate on next week instead. After the game, 70-0, he walked off the field and said to himself, yeah, that was a mistake. And not that he thought he was going to win, he didn't, but he realized he sent the wrong message to his team. So my thought is tonight, Brad Hill is going to do everything he can to extend and stay in this game because of what happened last year.
I agree, and it's not like this game is going to end a whole lot closer than last year's game did. In fact, Union's already running away with it and on pace to score 63 to 70 points again this year. But more has got to do, they've got to continue encouraging their players. It doesn't matter what you think is going to happen, and maybe as a coaching staff you can still plan more for the next week, but you can't tell your players, hey, we're just going to take this game off, don't worry about it, because they start getting in their heads that some games matter, some games don't, and there's nothing to learn from this.
And I've been around one college situation where something similar happened, and if we have time we'll talk about that one. 2nd down and 8 now for Moore. They're at their own 22-yard line, trailing Union 45-6 with 9:20 to go, third period. Well, with the snap, he's going to throw. He is pressured and hit as the ball is thrown into the air, and it's incomplete, and a flag comes down. And here's what's interesting about that. Drew Johnston was out there, but the ball was very short, and as J.T. McLeod came back to the ball, Johnston ran into him, and 2 flags came out, and I promise you they're going to call J.T. Because you're on the west side.
Right, yeah. That would have to be the only reason, because Johnson tried to tackle him, holding him from getting back to the ball.
They're going to call interference against J.T. McLeod is my guess. We'll get the call here from the official, John Riva. Yep, they're going to call interference against J.T., and that is just silly. He tried to come back to the ball. Johnston grabbed him and ran into him. And, look, Union's had a lot of penalties tonight, most of them by their own making. That one, I'm not so sure about. That'll move the football up to the 37-yard line and leading 45-6. The Redskins will give up a first down to Moore by penalty.
And I don't know what to tell JT coming out of that as a coach.
Nothing.
Except,
you tell me you did it right.
Yeah. You did what you could. Sometimes you lose some.
Yep, you did what you could do. So Moore will come up 1st and 10 now at their own 37-yard line. Daniel Highshaw once again will have 5 receivers, 3 to his left, including his big tight end Alex Baxter, a 6'4", 224-pounder. There's the motion and straight back. Highshaw's going to try to throw, runs to his left. Now he's going to have to hurry, and he gets lit up in there. Oh, my. That was JoJo Nichols, who finally just got tired of waiting for him and came flying. Pardon me, it was Elijah Tomlin, who came flying in from that linebacker spot, and he hit Daniel Highshaw right in the chin. That's going to be a loss of about 8. It'll be 2nd and 18.
Well, what we've been talking about is that it's hard to get to the quarterback because every time you start to come out of your coverage to cover Highshaw, he does something weird, he makes you miss, and then he makes a big pass. Elijah Tomlin probably ran faster on that play than I've ever seen him run and lit Daniel Highshaw up and pushed him backwards.
Jeremy Yates was in on that play, too, at linebacker. He just now leaves, and Nick Jones will come back out. Also back out there at the linebacker spot, Jacob Rogers. So it's going to be 2nd down. They're actually going to mark it back at the 35. It'll be 2nd and 12. 8 minutes to go in this third period. 45-6 Union. The game moving along very slowly. Highshaw quickly to the snap, and then there are whistles instead. It's a timeout called by Brad Hill. There's all kinds of motion in there, and another Moore player limping, this time Jace Gardner, and a timeout called by Moore, so we'll take a break as well. 45-6 Union. This game may end by next Thursday. Redskins football here on KRMG.
Technology Center, where high school students and adults can explore a career for a few semesters or for a lifetime. More Learning Technology Center, your potential, our promise.
Your free Oklahoma Joe's
Just
gift
music,
card
Mike.
at 918-615-6.
Got an ID.
Or stop by our office at 81st and 129th. We look forward to meeting you.
From the Ferguson Buick GMC Studios,
Here comes your music.
Brings KRMG Tulsa.
On 2nd and 12, Moore hands the football off, and Nick Jones, like a heat-seeking missile, came in and just destroyed Highshaw. And that's going to be a loss of another 1. It'll be 3rd down and 13 now for the Moore Lions. They're on their own 35-yard line. They'll need all the way up to around the 48 for the first down. 7:43 to go, third period. Union up 45-6. I don't think he's going to want to do that again.
No, it's hard to run the ball normally against Union. They cover the run so well.
Highshaw in the shotgun. Again, 5 receivers on this 3rd down and 13. Highshaw back around the 29, and whistles blow again.
Zeros.
And again, Union is just standing and waiting for more, and they're taking so long to get the play call in that they're either having to call timeout like they did last time, or in this case, they get a delay of game penalty. So that'll mark the football back around the 30-yard line, and Moore will now have a bigger task at hand at around 3rd and about 17.
Well, I know the Union coaches are having a good time. They're in the booth next to us. There's a window between us, so we can see into what's happening there. And as we went to break, I saw Coach Witcher take a shot with his water bottle into the trash can and put his hands up. That one was good.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much the way they're feeling. 7 minutes to go, 3rd period, 45-6 Union. Here comes 3rd and 18 from Moore at their own 30-yard line. Union puts 2 deep safeties way back. Highshaw straight back to pass. He fires the football, and it is almost intercepted. Oh, my. Jaquan Sanders had a great shot at that, but unfortunately, Frederick came right in front of him. Josh did, and I think he might have lost sight of it for just a second. The ball was low. He dropped it, and it'll be 4th down once again for Moore. And if they continue to throw on every down and be incomplete, this game will take till midnight to get over with.
And I thought for a second, just because of the call on JT earlier, I thought they might call JoJo for interference because Buckheit stood in front of him and just stopped, and JoJo ran right over the top of him. I'm glad that was a good no call.
So from their own 30-yard line on 4th down, they will punt. Will Moore. Drew Johnston is in. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's going to be low, and Pearson's going to recover at about the 40-yard line, and here he goes. Kyler at the 45. Good block at the 50, and now here comes the flag. Kyler jumps back to his right, and then he gets buried right there. And they're going to throw that flag on Cameron Watts, who threw a really good block. It was nowhere near a penalty. However, the back judge decided that it was a penalty.
So it is.
Yep. So Kerry Massey, in this case, is in charge. He throws the penalty. That'll be the 800th on Union tonight. And the Redskins will go backwards. That is 10.
How many yards?
300.
85 yards.
85 yards in penalties. Because there have been a lot of 10s and 15s and a couple of 5s, not very many. So they were going to mark the football after the return of about 7 yards to about the 47, 46-yard line. They'll mark it backwards. That's where the flag flew. And they'll take this ball back and put it at the 37, and the Redskins will start their 1st and 10. And not that it's horrible field position. It's just a bad call.
Yeah, and it's not like you need to hurt Union a lot more than you have been. But here we are.
It's help.
Right. It's 1st down, so it's penalty time.
Well, Union, of course, earlier had a 1st down and almost 30, and over it came. Union also has a player, Rogers. Jacob Rogers was down over here about the 35-yard line, and he is being walked back across the field now by the training staff. Dan Newman and Jacob Newby walking him back across, and Rogers has played awfully well, so we'll get Doc Blevins to take a look at that and see what that problem is. Let's see how many of the first-team offense is still out there. Looks like most of them. You got a pretty good number of them. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 37 for the Redskins.
Yeah, Peyton Thompson's coming back
and
out.
Leading 45-6. They'll leave that first team out there for a second. Now, they have switched up a little bit. Kenneth Avery is going to be playing a little receiver, and we haven't seen a lot of Kenneth tonight. Otherwise, most of the first group. So there'll be 2 people in the backfield. One is Pearson, set to the left. In the shotgun once again is Thompson. Thompson will turn and hand off, and to the right side goes Boone across the 40, across the 45. Motors forward for the 1st down. He's all the way up to the 48-yard line, and that's before he was taken down by Dylan Buckheit again. But that's a gain of 11 and a 1st down for the Redskins.
And it's just like we've been talking about all season long. Once you get to the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter, Darius Boone is a truck, and you don't want to stand in front of him.
So 1st and 10 Union now at their own 48-yard line as they continue to move the chains. Once again, 2 in the backfield. They're going to fake the ball. Now they're going to throw to the right, out to Pearson. He makes the catch at the 38-yard line of Moore. He is knocked out of bounds immediately. And Wilhite once again made the tackle, or Buckheit, pardon me, and it was a really good shot he put on Pearson, but he hung onto it for 12 more and another 1st down.
Well, as long as he's covered or getting hit right after he makes the catch, he's going to hold on to it. You know, and we joke about Kyler Pearson, but the kid has so much talent. He's got speed and good hands most of the time.
A lot of heart. 1st and 10 now at the 37-yard line of Moore. Handoff right side to Boone. He's got a room. 30, 25, 20. In the open. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Darius Boone. Nope, they're going to mark him out of bounds. Oh, my. Nobody made a call. He ran into the end zone, and then the line judge on that side The far side ran all the way down to the 5 and marked Darius Boone out of bounds at the 5, 32 more yards. He's well over 100. As a matter of fact, he's probably around 150 or so.
Gabe Cantu on a great block on the outside, held it much longer than he had to, and he didn't hold the man. It's hard to be 10, 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage and continue to hold that block. Darius Boone's at 143 yards on the 9.
143. Nick Jones comes in to play a little running back here as well. First and goal for Union now at the 6 of Moore. Thompson has the handoff, hands it right side to Darius Boone, down at the 5, down at the 3, down into the end zone, touchdown. Well, the Redskins just left a trail of blue jerseys from the 7-yard line on in, just knocking guys backwards. 5:50 to play, third period. 51-6 Union, and Moore has a player down.
Great run by Darius Boone. They had a big jumbo package in. Nick Jones was in again, and they, last time they handed it to Nick at the 1. This time they handed it to Darius. And when you have that many big guys blocking in front of you, it's pretty easy. Someone got a hand on him early, but he still stumbled in because he doesn't go down. He doesn't quit. And that's the thing you see with this Union offense, especially after they got through that Jinx game. Broken Arrow was tough. Jinx was tough. But after they got through that, they've started to, something changed in their mentality. And all of a sudden you started to see this adaptability, this never quit focus. And they just continue pounding the ball no matter how deep, no matter how many men deep they go.
So getting up off the ground right there for Moore is number 23, and that is Jaden West. And we've called his name a couple of times tonight. He has not been anything near a major player for the Lions, but he has made a couple of plays. That one he didn't. That was great blocking by Union, and now Noah Rauschenberg will come on for the extra point. And if he hits this one, and I'm sure he will, to make it 52-6, I really don't think we're going to see any more first-teamers.
You would hope not to risk injuries.
Remember, there is a district formula for points. You have to have a 15-point differential, and Kirk Frederick likes to have at least a 35 to 42-point edge, and they're going to have that here. There's the snap. There's the kick by Noah. It's up, and it's good. So with 5:50 to go, third period now, 52-6 Union over Moore. This is Redskins football on KRMG.
52 and Moore 6.
Protecting our community is everyone's responsibility. Crime Stoppers is here for all of us. You can safely and anonymously report any suspicious activity by calling 4-793-5160. There's a hero in all of us.
Off for Tulsa Union. Number 99 is Noah Rauschenberg. Lead for the Lions is number 18. Near side, James
Richard Johns, and of course, Doc Blevins down on the field. He's checking on a couple of injuries for us. We'll get reports here in a moment. Kicking off from right to left is Noah Rauschenberg. And kicking in this direction, he's had a harder time putting it in the end zone. This one's going to be high and a little bit short, and it will be returnable at the 4-yard line to the 10, to the 15, across the 20, across the 25. That is Mukes, who was hurt earlier. But he motors all the way up to the 29-yard line. That's going to be a return of about 27 yards, and he will limp off the field. But a nice return. And I'm wondering if Noah's kicking a little shorter because they want to practice covering kicks.
And not only that, but the field position for Moore, except for this one, every time has been sub 20. So whatever they're doing, it's working. It's a better field position than they would have when he kicks it out of the end zone. But you've got to wonder, there's not much wind. It almost has to be intentional this many times in a row.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 29-yard line. Their quarterback, Daniel Highshaw, brings him back out. He's got a running back, Tony Fogel, set to his right. They're going to hand off. No, they fake the handoff, and he keeps the ball, and he's tackled in the inside. That was Frederick who made a really nice play in there. No, I'm sorry, that was Dawson Prock. Yeah, it was Dawson Prock who made a really nice play because Highshaw faked that and did a really nice job. Got up to around the 32-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And I had to quick finger on Dawson Prock. Mike Robinson has said, if I don't call his grandson's name, then I'm going to be in trouble.
Damari Beard checks in, playing some of the defense here for the Redskins, as they do have some of the second-teamers in, a couple of those. So it'll be 2nd down at about 7 for Moore. Now at their own 32-yard line. Once again, Highshaw in the shotgun, drops the snap. He's being chased. Now runs back to his left, gets away from one, being chased again, and he's finally, he breaks another tackle to 40, goes across that to the 45 to the 46-yard line. What a really nice run right in there. He was finally taken down by number 33, and that is Joe Shields, who made the play, but not before a 15-yard gain, and a 1st down for Moore now at their own 45.
Josh Peoples had him in the backfield. He took so long to pick up the ball. When he finally did, he just barely made Josh Peoples miss, and then Micah Walker and a couple others.
4:45 to go, 3rd period, 52-6 Union, but Moore on the move at their own 45-yard line. Highshaw hands off to the right side to Fogle, and he got nothing. He got stomped in there by Joe Cleary. So that's going to be a gain of nothing. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Moore.
And as we've said several times before tonight, you can't just run the ball right down the middle of Union unless you've got a lot more size than what Moore has.
Well, we're looking at a lot of backup defensive linemen here. We'll have Jeff run through some of those numbers here in a minute. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. They are letting a lot of time run off the clock here, too, before they make their calls. 16 on the play clock, and they look absolutely happy just to let it sit. Highshaw looks like a pitcher shaking off his catcher. He looked to the sidelines and shook his head no. We'll see. Daniel Highshaw in the shotgun. He's going to hand off left side. That's Fogle once again, who goes across midfield. He'll get down to the 45-yard line of Union. They'll call that a 1st down. The tackle in there that time was by, I believe it was Micah Walker. So that's good for another, well, we're going to call it 10. We'll say it's another 1st down right at Union's 45-yard line.
So it looks like right now they've got Jacoby Gibbs in there, who's 5'8", 265. Josh Peoples, 6 foot, 255. And Damari Beard, who's 5'7", 225. So, yes, it is the 2nd string, but they're still big boys. They're going to make some things happen down there.
Got Frederick playing some defensive end here as well. 1st and 10 for Moore, now at Union's 45-yard line. Highshaw going to hand to Fogle again on the right side, and he is taken down by Micah Walker behind the line of scrimmage. Frederick in there to help out as well, but that's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11.
It's always hard to get around the outside of this team. And one of the things that we talk about, Union runs this 3-man front, but very often, and a lot of teams are doing this nowadays, where they have 4, sometimes 5 linebackers, and they line that 4th one out to the outside as basically an up defensive end.
Well, so many of those guys are that middle kind of a star position, if you will, or wildcat, as people call it. Everybody in college football calls it something different. And you have so many of those guys who really what they are is large safety types, and they'll play that position. 2nd down and 11 now for the Moore Lions. They are at Union's 46-yard line. Straight snap to High. He throws left side, and that ball's incomplete. Highshaw could not get it in there at the 30-yard line. The ball was a little bit in front of his intended receiver, and that was Drew Johnston. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11 as once again the clock stops with 2:45 to go, 3rd period, 52-6 Redskins.
And one of the things that we're starting to notice is Union's covering their receivers a lot better than they did in the first half. They're staying tight, and they're not letting their men get away. That one, the ball was a little uncatchable, but the receiver was right there in a place that he wasn't in the first quarter.
Highshaw now has 3rd and 11 to look at his own, or the Union, 46-yard line. He needs the 35 of the Redskins for the 1st down. 4 receivers, 3 left side, man on the right to him. That is Fogle. Highshaw's going to run the quarterback draw, and he's going to get across the 40. 35, cuts back, 30-yard line, inside that, down to the 25 and inside it. Finally brought down in there by Jeremy Yates, but he gets all the way to Union's 24-yard line. That pickup is another 22 for Highshaw on a 1st down.
And Highshaw stepped back, looked at his option to pass. He saw that there wasn't anything there, and he was through the hole before Josh Peoples and Micah Walker even knew he was there.
He's got a burst. The kid obviously doesn't like a lot of contact. He's run away from it, and you don't really blame him there. But boy, when he wants to burst, he does. 1st and 10 for the Lions now at Union's 24-yard line. 2 guys in the backfield. One of those is short slot. The other is Fogle, lined up to the right. Highshaw going to hand left side to Fogle, and he's stacked up immediately, but he pushes forward after an initial nice job by the Redskins. He pushed forward for about 4 yards. Guy on the final tackle was Jacoby Gibbs. And that's going to be a gain of, we're going to call it 4. We'll say it's now 2nd down and 6. They'll put the ball right at Union's 20.
And that was a great job by Fogel. He put his hand on the back of Jakari Sykes, that left side D lineman, 5'11", 295, and said, hey, we're going this way, big fella.
Fogel remains in the backfield. Also in the backfield is that big tight end, Alex Baxter. And Fogel's right behind him. So you've got your offensive line. Fogel lined up right behind the right tackle. Baxter, pardon me, and then Fogel right behind Baxter. Highshaw calling signals, has 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's going to hand to Fogel left side again, and this time he is stacked up without anything happening. Peebles is there, Micah Walker is there. He dropped the ball, but it won't matter. He did lose about 2. They'll move it back to the 21-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 now for Moore.
It's interesting. I agree that his forward progress was stopped before he dropped the ball, but you didn't hear any whistles until he dropped the ball, and then, okay, hold on. Play's dead.
He was definitely stopped. Michael Walker was there, and there was no other room. So 24 on the play clock, a minute to go in the 3rd period, 52-6 Union, and a 3rd and 7 for Moore, now at the Redskins' 21-yard line. Once again, Highshaw in the shotgun. He's going to fake to Fogel, looks. He's going to fire the ball deep, and that ball is caught at the 12-yard line. Who else would catch it but Dylan Buckheit? He has been a workhorse tonight. That's good for 10 and a 1st down, and the Moore Lions will be now at Union's 13-yard line, and they'll have 1st and 10.
He's got to watch it when he hands the ball to that line judge. He may not get as many good calls. He threw it right in his face, and line judge took a couple steps back on that one.
Well, if anybody's listening who's a recruiter, Dylan Buckheit's a guy you might want to look at. He is about 6 feet tall, 189 pounds, so he may not be quite that big. He's probably more like 180, 185, but as a slot receiver in college, I think he could make it. 1st and 10 for Moore, now at Union's 18. Handoff left side to Fogel by Highshaw, and he is just jumped on right away. The first guy on top of him there was once again Jacoby Gibbs. The little guy's playing himself a great football game here in the second half. Loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11, and that will end the 3rd period. So here and Moore, the Redskins trying to remain unbeaten in district will do that. It just depends on what the final score is. Right now, 52-6 going to number 4. This is Rick Corey and Jeff Johns and Richard Johns and Doc Blevins on KRMG.
Now it's time for Jim Blankenship to hit the 25-yard field goal to win a Cane's tailgate package. Okay, everybody, let's get behind Jim Blankenship to make this field goal. Good. Official chicken finger on Moore Lion football. Nice job, Kim.
First of all, Daniel Highshaw brings his team back to the line of scrimmage. Fogel set to his right. Tony Fogel, the 5'9", 196-pound senior. He's running a lot this series. We're going to fake inside to Fogel. He's going to throw to the left side, and that ball is caught. What a really nice catch going almost out of bounds by Drew Johnston. The coverage was not bad over there by Jaquay Shavers, but that was a terrific catch. They'll mark it at the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Tough throw, quick to the outside of the field, and threw it just a little bit far, but Johnston made a great adjustment. I actually thought he might have landed out of bounds, but either way, he held onto the ball in a really difficult situation.
So it's 1st and goal now for the Moore Lions at the Union 5-yard line. The Redskins have a no 4th quarter touchdowns goal, but it's going to be tough with them right here. Handoff left side to Fogel, and he's going to push forward down to the 3-yard line, to the 2-yard line. He might be inside that. Jeremy Yates, one of the guys out there on the tackle. The last guy up off the bottom, though, is Micah Walker, and it's going to be a very difficult stop now for Union. It's 2nd and goal from just outside the 1-yard line.
Well, you wonder if Highshaw has gone to the coach and said, hey, I don't want to carry the ball anymore. I'm getting a little scared of these guys.
And I don't want to throw it either. Second down, just outside the 1 and goal for Moore. Highshaw going to fake the handoff and run forward up the middle. He has little trouble getting into the end zone, and there's a touchdown. So there's your answer to that. So with 11 minutes to go in this game, Moore, their second touchdown of the night, now 52-12. Union leads on a really nice drive by the Lions.
Absolutely. They marched the ball all the way down the field. They mixed things up. They didn't just run it, and when they did run, they didn't just go straight up the middle. They worked some things outside. They had motion on almost every play, and they made Union work for it.
So on to try the extra point. Once again, this is going to be their kicker, Carlos Soto, and he had and there's a flag that flies as soon as we walk to the line of scrimmage, and Union's going to be offsides, they say. So this will take the ball from the 2 to the 1, and I don't think it'll change Moore's mind. They're not going to go for 2 or anything. But Carlos Soto, who came in 15 of 19, now 16 of 20, or now 15 of 20 on the year because they blocked his first attempt. We'll see if he can't be 16 of 21. So the kick will now go from about we're looking at about the 8-yard lines. We're looking at an 18-yard extra point here for Soto. The snap is very high, and as a matter of fact, it looks like Fogel's going to have to run. He's going to throw now toward the end zone, and it's intercepted in the end zone by the Redskins, so it'll be no good. So 11 minutes to go in this game, 52-12. The score remains. Redskins will get it next on KRMG.
Often imitated, never duplicated, Hall of Fame.
52-12. Senior Shapiro down by the line there on the field, please. We found your ID.
The fourth quarter here at Moore Schools Stadium. Union leading 52-12 over the Moore Lions. Rick Corey with the Johns boys, Jeff and Richard. Doc Blevins on the sideline. He'll talk in a moment to Peyton Thompson, the Redskins quarterback, who's finished for the night. 11 minutes to go in this game. Moore's touchdown drive, 14 plays, 71 yards, took 6 minutes and 43 seconds. And Highshaw with that touchdown run. Moore set to kick this thing off, and Soto's going to kick it out of bounds again. And I mean, just straight out of bounds. So the flag will come out, but they'll mark it where that ball went out of bounds, which looks like it's going to be about the 42-yard line, and the Redskins will have it there. Let's throw it down to Doc Blevins.
Peyton, you're probably through for the evening. Tell me what you think of our performance tonight on the offense.
We came out hot, scored our first 3 or 4 drives, and stalled out. We just need to clean up some things. Penalty-wise, we had a lot of penalties that got us in long-distance situations. We were fortunate enough to make some plays and get out of them, but we got to clean that type of stuff up so that come playoff time we're playing clean football.
Okay, Coach wanted to really establish a hard-hitting running game tonight, something a little more physical. How did it look to you?
We still have a lot of work to do. We know that. We have some guys out too. Quentin Barnes is hurt, but the guys that were in tonight played great. They protected me all night. I don't think I got touched in the pocket one time, so they did a great job. But yeah, we do want to establish more of a dominant running game so that's something we can lean on and something that people have to really prepare for, and it can open up all aspects of the offense.
Congratulations on another great game.
That's Doc Blevins, of course, with Peyton Thompson. First down handoff to Jalen Smith goes across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Trent DeSmet in at quarterback. They're going to hand off this time to Dandridge, and he's going to go across midfield. He'll dance down to around the 48-yard line of Moore before he is shoved out of bounds right there. One of the Moore players over there to make that play was Devion Dunlap, who was 5'9", 305. Oh, my.
That's a big man.
I just want to see that dude at a breakfast buffet. And as a matter of fact, I want to go with him. We would do some damage. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 now for Moore. So he got down around, as I said, the 47-yard line of Union. They'll need the 44, so it will be 3rd and 3.
Ball now at the
9:37 to go in this game, 52-12 Union. Trent DeSmet in to play a little quarterback here. And Jeff, once again, will have you go through some of the other guys out there, but I know right now the guy playing running back once again is Jalen Smith. Quick throw by the left side by DeSmet, and the ball is dropped. It got there just a little bit late. They were trying to get the ball quickly to Braden White, and it got there, but it got there just a little bit late, so it's going to be 4th down now and about 3 for the Redskins. And more than likely, the Union will punt it away, but who knows? Nope, they're going to leave the offense out there. So they'll need the 44 or more for the first down. They send 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Once again, DeSmet in the shotgun. To his left is Smith. Tight end left side, and now a flag comes down. And they're going to point. They're pointing at Union's wideout on that side, who is Kenneth Avery.
I thought they were pointing at Braden White.
Well, they're pointing at Kenneth Avery, and they're going to say false start, but Kenneth was standing stock still. He didn't breathe, let alone move, so I'm not sure what they got there. But they'll call another penalty on the Redskins, and they will decide, of course, that it's time to punt that ball away. And a guy who had a really good game last week, Stephen Forbes, is going to come out. Forbes will kick it away from about his 34-yard line. Moore will send 1 player back deep. The guy back there is going to be Kelton Walker. Union runs another player on the field, and now we're going to have to call a timeout because no one's quite sure who's going to be where or why. 8:52 to play here in this 4th period in a quickly deteriorating game. 52-12, Union leads. We'll take a break. It's Redskins football on KRMG.
Of receiving quality care. Did you know that in a recent study, getting PT first helped 60 to 70% of knee osteoarthritis patients avoid surgery, or that exercise can reduce
28-yard line. On the 1st and 10 for the Lions. They're on 28. Raymond King.
Not what I was after,
so come
but
on,
that's
Mom.
okay. Just
Let's
run
move to
music during the
TTCU.
comeback, please.
With
New
approved
quarterback.
credit, annual percentage yield for dividend-bearing accounts is 0.2% as of 6.
Number 12, Jake Woodring, now quarterbacking the Lions. Making the stop at number 3, Pete Dorsey. Ball
After a punt, Moore takes over at their own 28-yard line. They have a brand new quarterback in the game, Jake Woodring. He's only a sophomore, 5'10", 175-pounder, plays a little linebacker too. And he got a gain of 4 on that first play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Both teams with some substitutes now, 4 wide receivers, including 1 short slot for Woodring. He's going to hand off to the inside to yet another new player. That's going to go to James Mukes. And Mukes, who had come up a couple of times kind of limping, gets up like there's no problem. You know what? I don't think that is Mukes. I think it's a different number 18, but they only list one number 18.
Well, then it's going to be Mukes for now.
Well, that's exactly right. For our portion of the game, it will be. That was a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down now and 8 at their own 31-yard line. They'll need the 39. Do the Lions, trailing 52-12. 7:20 to go here in this football game. 2 receivers go right. 1 receiver comes to the left. Jake Woodring, the young sophomore, will bring him up. He's got a short slot on the right side. The guy in the Backfield once again with him. We're going to say it's Mukes. Fake to Mukes and rolling to the right is Woodring. He's going to fire downfield, and that ball is nearly intercepted. It was right in and out of the hands of Josh Frederick, and if Josh catches that, he's got 6. Hit him square in the hands, and he just dropped it, and I bet you his dad may give him just a little bit of trouble. You've heard of his dad. He's the head coach, Kirk Frederick.
I'm not sure who Woodring could have been throwing to other than Josh Frederick. Maybe they had a little communication beforehand and said, hey, you throw me one, I'll run it back, I'll buy you dinner tonight, and we'll be friends tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's going to want that one back. Nobody likes to drop one, I promise you. But, boy, he had green in front of him on that one.
It looks like Moore's going to have a little trouble getting lined up on the punt team.
They're going to punt this thing away once again. So Johnston is out there standing around his 17-yard line on this 4th down. Gets the foot to it. It's very low. Pearson is still back there to return it, and he picks it up. No, pardon me, that wasn't Pearson. Picking it up at the 37-yard line was Braden White. Nice job by Braden to actually field that thing. Played a little bit of center fielder there. He won't get anything on the return, but they will get it at their own 37-yard line and start there. So with 6:52 to go in the game, leading 52-12, the Redskins' second-team offense will have another shot.
Jaden West gave him a pretty good hit as soon as he picked up the ball. And I don't know, maybe this is a new Union thing over the last 5 years. Maybe Coach Davis has told him, hey, I don't care what happens, no fair catches. You guys field everything. Because Landon Wood did it, Kyler Pearson does it, and now Braden White.
Do it, right? On their own 37, 1st and 10 for the Redskins. DeSmet will hand off left side to Xavier Dandridge, and he's got a bit of a hole. 40-yard line, 35. He trips and falls down. Oh, Xavier might have scored had he not fallen down over the 45-yard line. He got 11 to the 49-yard line, and I feel for the kid because I think, Jeff, if he stays up, he might get 6.
Absolutely. Alonzo Villanueva on the outside had a great block, secured all the way past him. And it makes me wonder, because Xavier Dandridge is probably the tallest running back I've seen at 6'2". Maybe he just grew really quickly and is still getting used to his legs.
Jalen Smith back in at the running back spot now. They'll hand off to Jalen on the right side. He's across midfield, breaks free across the 45 and down to the 40-yard line. The Redskins are just rolling up these yards here. Final tackle inside there by Moore. Came from number 15, Carson Madole. It'll be another first down, and the Redskins will move it now to the 41-yard line of Moore. 5:54 to play in this game. Union will be pretty content to hand it off, leading 52-12. Jalen Smith again at the running back slot. 3 receivers, 2 right side. Again, Trent DeSmet at quarterback. DeSmet straight back to throw, fires left side. That ball is caught, and going out of bounds around the 35-yard line on the right side was Ethan Paul. A little bit of everybody getting in on the action there. That's good for 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4, and as soon as I say they'll run it, they throw it.
And just to give you a couple of new guys out there on the field, we got Jalen Brown's out on the outside. Alonzo Villanueva lined up as a receiver there. And, of course, you already know Braden White's in the game.
So it'll be 2nd down. We'll call it 4. The ball at the 35-yard line of Moore. Trent DeSmet at quarterback once again. Jalen Smith hands off to Jalen. Burst forward. Has the first down. He's across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Good hard running by Jalen Smith, and he's a big guy. I mean, he's not a small guy when you talk about Jalen. Max Barrett brought him down, but Jalen weighs in more like about 185, 190 pounds, and he packs that behind his pads. It's 1st and 10 with 4:50 to go in this game, and Union up 52-12.
Matthew Harker in there on offensive line, looking good.
Trent DeSmet's going to hand off once again, this time to Dandridge across the right side. Xavier cannot get away from the tackle, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And jumping up and kind of taunting him a little bit was Austin Gross, and somebody needs to tell Austin to look at the scoreboard. That's a loss of 2, but you're down by 40. So the thing to do now is get in the huddle and then go make another play. Or maybe a few of them earlier in the game.
Austin Gross is the same guy that caught up on Jalen Smith earlier. He was the first guy on the tackle, and then he just held on as Jalen carried him an extra 7 yards.
So 2nd down and 12 now for the Redskins at the 40-yard line of Moore. Handoff inside to Jalen. He's across the 35 down to the 25-yard line. Another good tackle in there by Max Barrett, who's made a couple now for the Moore Lions here, but that's a gain of 8. It'll make up a very makeable 3rd down and 7. The ball will be at the 25, but Union needs Moore's 18.
We can call it a tackle, and I guess you can convince me because he held on for dear life as Jalen just leveled him going through. This dude runs hard.
This will be, I mean, I know that, obviously Darius had a 300-yard game a few games back, but this is going to be the best overall running game for the Redskins. 3rd down and 7 now. Union will hand off inside once again. Moore, he's got the first down. He's across the 20, across the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Well, that offensive line just opened up a gigantic hole. Final tackle on the left side there made by Jalen Shelnut, but not before another 10, and it's a first down for the Redskins. And with 3:17 to go, this number 2 offense wants to score. 1st and 10 at Moore's 14. Once again, Jalen Smith in the running back slot to the right side beside DeSmet. Hand off to Jalen again. He trucks a guy at the 10-yard line. Oh, my. He went down to the 7-yard line, but the unfortunate Stoll standing in front of him at the 10 was Max Barrett, and he just leveled him.
This is starting to be a theme with Jalen Smith. He's not even trying to go around people. He's just running over whoever's in front of him. Look out, Moore defense.
2nd down and 4 for the Redskins. Now around the Moore 7-yard line. Once again, Jalen to the right of DeSmet. DeSmet hands to Moore again. This time he bounces it to the left and gets across the 5, down inside that to around the 3-yard line. Tried to get it all the way to the outside, and he could not. Guy up off the bottom again is number 47, Max Barrett. But that's going to be 3rd down and about a football's length for the Redskins with 2:20 to go, leading 52-12.
And you better bring a whole bunch of blue to stop him because Jalen Smith wants that end zone.
DeSmet is going to line up in the quarterback spot once again in the shot, or the, pardon me, next to him is Smith. Going to give it to Smith again at the 5, down to the goal line. Jalen Smith, touchdown. But there is a flag. Of course, there is a flag.
But it's 3rd down. There's not supposed to be flags on 3rd down.
And it will be a procedure penalty against Union. And I honestly didn't see it, but it very much could have been a procedure penalty, so that'll move it back to around the 6-yard line, or just outside the 5, and it'll be 3rd down and goal once again. Now, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry, they're going to mark it all the way back. Yeah, that's right, the line of scrimmage was the 4 as he went forward. They're going to mark it back at the 9-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 now for the Redskins. They'll need just inside the 4. 1:54 to play in this game, 52-12, and Union will come back up. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Again, Jalen Smith is going to be the guy in the running back slot next to DeSmet. DeSmet will hand to Jalen again. He's going to push forward across the 10. He's going to go down to about the 6. He doesn't quite have the first down. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2 yards. And with 1:33 to go, it's almost to the point where Kirk Frederick could victory position this thing, but that would turn the ball over with about 40 seconds to go. So he's going to bring out instead his kicker. And he's going to bring out a second-team kicker. So the guy coming out to give this a try is going to be, is that Gage Bohannon who's going to try? Let me look at this.
Is that Noah?
No, it is Noah Rauschenberg. I'm sorry. It is Noah Rauschenberg. I thought they'd brought out a second kicker, and they have not. It is Noah Rauschenberg, who from the 14-yard line will attempt a 24-yarder. There's the snap. There's the hole. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 57 seconds to go in this game, the Redskins extend their lead now 55-12. This is Union Football on KRMG.
Hi, this is Matt.
57 seconds left in the game. It is Union 55, Moore 12.
Protecting our community, everyone is trying to stop this fearful. You can safely and anonymously report any suspicious activity by calling 405-793-5160. There's a hero for all of us. For high school students and adults exploring community technology, your potential.
College can be expensive, but it doesn't have to be. New American Christian University offers college classes for high school juniors and seniors at just $175 per class. Save money and help your students get a head start on college at MACU. Visit macu.edu for more details.
Taking off for Tulsa Union.
Spencer, you played quarterback all your life. You switched to receiver. What a game you had tonight. Were you happy with the results?
Oh, I was for sure happy. It's been a long grind all the way from playing quarterback all my life to switching to receiver, but I want to do what was best, and in the end, it's been working out so far.
You think you made a good decision?
Yes, of course, yes.
Well, watching tonight's game, I guarantee everybody else thinks you did. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is Spencer Shadle, who has been so good for the Redskins in the last couple of weeks. Had a touchdown at Mustang, had the touchdown here tonight. He's really added that deep threat that Union was kind of missing. Kickoff from Noah Rauschenberg goes into the end zone. So Moore will take it over at their own 20-yard line. A new quarterback for them, Jake Woodring, who is a young guy. He's only a sophomore at 5'10", 171 yards. And this won't take long. There's 30 seconds on the play clock. And they haven't started, or pardon me, the game clock. They haven't started the play clock. So this is going to go under 20, and now they're going to start it. They have it at 0. So the Moore Lions will probably run one play and get this thing over with. As a matter of fact, I think Woodring wants to run one play. He's trying to hurry his team out there. 15 on the game clock. 55-12, Union leads. And Woodring brings him up. 8 seconds now on the play clock. Woodring is going to hand that ball off on the right side, and taken down after a gain of about 3 is Moore's Joshua Green, and that is going to be at final tackle in this game, made by Union's Jacob Bajek. So that goes to 0, and we are done. Here in Moore, Oklahoma, the Redskins win 55-12. We'll be back with the postgame in a moment. This is Union Football on KRMG.
I'm Amy Aaron, founder of Madison Reed,
do 3
a hair
here,
color
Mike.
company.
You got it.
It's very meaningful to me when I hear customers talk about how Madison Reed at-home hair color has changed their lives. Here's Vicky, one of our very first customers.
Coloring my own hair is easier than I ever imagined. The best part, I no longer have to sit in a salon and pay over $100 to have this done. Now I color it when it's convenient for me, and it takes less than an hour. People compliment me on how great my color is,
since we don't have the
and my
ability
hair
to do
is
player
incredibly
of the game
soft
interviews,
and healthy looking.